do you know that we're sitting here trying to be fucking professionals?
Whoa. We are sitting here? Who is the we who's sitting here trying to be professional? You and your 10-gallon hat?
Of course.
Oh,
I got to upgrade to a 20-gallon hat.
He's always professional. That'd be amazing.
What's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Hello, Aaron. Hello, Christine. Hello, Lemon Pie. Good, I got that out of the way.
Hello, Aaron. Hello, Christine. Hello, Lemon Pie. I didn't get it out of the way. I wanted to do it.
So, hi, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Talks. Before I jump into the first review we have tonight for you, which is Titans, I want to tell you guys a story.
Do the better one first.
I want to tell you guys a story. So, I hyped this up to PB. I said, PB, motherfucker, they nailed Lex Luthor. They got it right. Did you see this guy? This actor is fucking amazing. What PB didn't know, and what I didn't know when I was posting my happy tweets, talking about how DC's done it again, we'll get to the end of the episode. But let me just say this much.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't know where I'm going to score this. I'm going to see PB's thoughts before we begin. But I'm very baffled. And after we say what the ending of the episode is, the creators did come out and say the reason of why it happened the way it did. And I'm not going to lie, it's a great fucking way to open up your show. But at the same time, PB, am I lying? Was this guy not the best fucking Lex Luthor we've gotten at least in 10 years?
Oh, easily.
So, imagine my surprise, PB.
I thought you weren't hyping it properly. I was like, okay, so they introduce him and then boom, right away he's firing people. I was like, ooh, that's my kind of Lex Luthor right there.
And we're going to break down all the scenes because there's a lot of cool scenes with him. But I don't want to jump right to the lead. I want to keep all 5 people intrigued to what we're talking about by the end of the episode. And if you don't fucking know, spoilers, because you can't talk about why this season is the best seasons of Titans without spoiling it. But I will say this. They have balls. Now, I'm going to give you the reasons will we tell the ending of why the creators went that route. I think it's effective, and it makes the villains of the season very fucking imposing. But at the same time, at the same time, I'm a little confused why you get someone with that kind of pedigree, and then they're given the best Lex performance we've seen in years, and then something happens, and you go, "What the fuck just happened?" So, PB, I literally finished this morning, and I get done, and I had to stop the fucking show. I had to stop the show. I'm drinking vodka and beer right now, okay? F's in the chat for a certain someone. We'll get to that. I'm drinking vodka and beer because I'm sitting back and I'm going, I don't know how I feel about this.
No,
I need to talk.
Wait, so when you hyped it up to me, you hadn't watched the entire episode?
I was near the end of the episode.
Oh, you're a genius.
Yeah, boy, I should have fucking finished that one. Holy shit, I went on Twitter. I had just started watching it that night when I went on Twitter, and I was like, fuck yeah, they nailed it. I hadn't finished the episode. I call PB immediately. I don't even want to finish it because it's so spectacular. I got to tell PB, I go, PB, we got a Lex. He's in it to win it.
Yeah,
fucking ended happens.
He's being all dastardly, and he's got this epic plot. I was like, ooh, I see where you're going with this guy. I appreciate it. And then I was like, no, I see where you're really going.
And then we'll get to the curveball. The creators had a specific reason, and there is hope. So I'll bring that up later. But something very interesting happens. And we're going to bury this lead to keep you guys interested because we'll talk about the other shit first.
Lemon Pie. Stay interested, Janie. Hello, Janie. I feel like we didn't say hello to you. You didn't say hello to Carrie either. Very, very shame.
Hello, Janie. Hello, Carrie. Hello,
Hello,
Christine.
Rose. Oh,
And hello,
that's so
Rose.
Christine.
Welcome,
Don't
welcome.
Squirrel.
So tonight's going to be a night of reviews. And one article, I'm going to read an article before we review this episode 1 called Lex. And then
Episode 1 is called Lex Luthor.
Yes, Lex Luthor. And then I'm going to get into the episode, and then we'll go into 2. But here's the thing that you need to know. Despite what I may feel about the end of this episode, just from what you've seen of Titans, you said you couldn't even remember some of the stuff from the previous seasons. I'll tell you one thing, boy. This season, I have a feeling there's going to be unforgettable moments because I will never forget episode 1 of this season. Fucking ever.
Episode's 1, pretty memorable right there.
So the writing, I don't know if the team's got more money. Big Dick Dave is like, hey, give these guys money. Titans Doom Patrol, they're doing good. They're giving us ratings. I don't know, but the writing is fucking way better than any season they've had. And I loved season 3 with Scarecrow and Red Hood. I thought even the writing got stronger once they made the switch. But this season, holy shit. 2 episodes in, and I'm already like, wow. They like leveled up like considerably. The costumes, the choreography for the fights, the dialogue, the
dick teasing.
I mean, everything. Everything's like
these fucking teases in episode 1. I fucking tell you what, I was like, oh, that's what we get to see. This is gonna be fucking epic. And they're like, no, here's a statue.
yeah.
They motherfuckers.
They are definitely taking their time with the story, which is interesting because Titans has always had this problem where they've had too many people in the cast. And don't get me wrong, all the actors are good, but there's not enough time.
I was just saying hello to Kim.
Oh, hello, Kim. The actors are good, but there's not enough time to really expand on the world. So by the time you get to these season finales, they've always felt rushed. And this one, right off the bat, hits you with holy shit moments at the beginning, but you can feel how they are taking their time with the story. I even like this person they introduce, who kind of reminds me of the Joker a little bit. And you know who I'm talking about, PB. And he's got some other shit going on. This actor is very good as well. Just across the board, some of the strongest work that I've seen this season. But before we start with that, I want to read something to everybody because I think this really shows how an actor who's literally only has a small role does a character justice. Because I was telling PB about this, and I think this really speaks like we need more actors like this. And the actor hearted my tweet. Did you see that, PB?
No.
Look at my tweet from like last night when I didn't know what was going to happen. And
what actor?
Titus Weaver, who plays Lex Luthor. He tweeted. He hearted my tweet.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like fanboy a little bit. I didn't even know what to say. I mean, I didn't respond or anything. I'm just like sitting there going, he hearted my tweet. He likes hearted my tweet.
Lex Luthor likes me. He really likes me.
So go ahead and start us out with this strong opening. This from TV Line. And you want to read this subtitle because you're good with that whole.
It's not a subtitle, it's a headline. Titus Welliver recalls wowing Titans boss with his DC Comics cred. Teases Lex Luthor's fight with mortality.
So there he is. First off, I gotta say,
epic beard, bro.
That beard. I didn't think you could pull off a beard with Lex, but made it fucking work with that nice suit. It was
Matched
like,
the suit the whole time. That's good.
yeah, totally match it. So when Titus Welliver
Welliver.
met
Welliver.
oh,
Not Welver.
Weller
Welliver. Welliver.
Welliver
There
met
you
have
go. You're
first
a
met
winner.
over Zoom with Greg Welker to discuss the role of Lex Luthor. The Titans showrunner was bowled
Like,
over.
did they talk about the Flash too? Since they met over Zoom.
Hopefully, God, no. Unless we're talking CW Flash, I'm okay with that. Over by the Deadwood alums' incredible wealth of DC Comics savvy. I don't think Greg got to speak all that much. Well, Liver tells TV Line with a chuckle, because I was excitedly trying to articulate the fact that when I said I'm a big fan of the show and I read the comics, I meant it. What a fucking legend. He said, I'm sure any producer goes, yeah, okay, you got the job, pal. But I couldn't help but to take my phone and pan around my cinema so he could see the spines of all my books. Williver recalls. Greg was like, holy shit, you're not kidding. There are all the Wolfman Price books written by Marv Wolfman and drawn by George Perez. They're the very good Superman books. And there's the original. I went, yeah, man, I am not making this shit up here. I am a longtime reader of it and into it 100%. Like, PB, I wish we had actors that had this kind of an interview. Like, when I
No, they
can't
don't. They just
recall,
want to play the role, man. Just let them play the role.
I cannot recall the last time someone told a story besides Henry Cavill, like about how they are just so about the material, and they're like, I read the books, I've done research. Holy shit, a new concept. You mean there could be actors that could put their own spin on a character, doesn't have to be like the comic, but to get the essence of the character, and they know the material, and they go, yeah, I want to
with that. With him being a beard buddy, I was thinking of making that my new scent, Essence of Lex.
Essence of Lex, yes. So it makes a lot of sense why this appearance felt larger than life.
It doesn't just make a lot of sense; it makes a lot of essence.
Welliver's take on the iconic criminal mastermind makes his debut in the season 4 premiere. In short, after we spy Lex conflabbing with the leaders of a supernatural cult, he reaches out to Connor and requests the first meeting with his son, who was created from a blend of Lex Luthor and Superman's DNA. It's not like we're pulling something directly from any of the comics that exists, and that made it really exciting. Welliver notes, the chalkboard was blank. Lex being Lex there, of course, in some sort of agenda at play, even if it isn't overly evil. I do like this article.
You know who isn't overly evil?
Who?
Karen. Hello, Karen.
Hello, Karen. And spoilers, this is a setup, but we're going to spoil this episode anyways. But in the show, he's dying. He's got a terminal illness that even he, with all of his power knowledge, can't stop. Welliver previews. So there is a burning desire for him to finally connect with Connor. Not that Lex is angling for a world's greatest dad coffee mug come Father's Day.
You sure about that? I think he was getting pretty emotional for Lex Luthor. which was amazing because all of the other Lex Luthors that we see, and some do it more than others, but they all have that like momentary freak out moment where they're a little uppity.
Yep.
Jesse Eisenberg does it like all the time. It's fucking weird, but whatever. Like Kevin Spacey, he had a couple scenes like when he's on the island that he created and he starts yelling at his woman. I was like, you're starting to get a little out of control for Lex Luthor. This guy was in control the entire time.
And I'm going to bring that up when we talk more about his character in a specific scene. That's probably my favorite scene in all of Titans and probably Superman media in general. If you guys don't know,
it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
If you guys don't know, one of my second favorite
one
villains,
of his most hated characters is Kal-El.
Yes,
so
and
he
so that
understands the plight of Lex Luthor.
Yes. So that makes the kinship I have with Lex very personal. Surprise, I like Lex Luthor as well. So I don't even know how many DC heroes I actually like. Well, Constantine, but he's not really a hero. So this is not to suggest that this is a soft Lex Luthor or anything like that. The actor makes clear. What's important to me when tackling something where source material is out there, particularly with an iconic character like Lex, like Luthor, is to maintain the integrity of who he is. Now, me and you have had debates about source material, and he hit the nail on the head on what I mean. You don't have to go beat for beat with the source material or the comic, but he articulated it way better than I ever could. If you keep the essence of who the characters
shave your head and we'll see.
So I really like the fact that he mentions that, right? You don't have to follow the comic exactly, but keeping the integrity and what the character is important, because what's Lex, right? Calm and measured. And what does everybody fuck up? They always want to put some goofy shit in, even with Gene Hackman. Like, every Lex Luthor has done some moment where they're just like, it doesn't feel like Lex. Michael Rosenbaum, I give a pass for because he was doing a younger Lex. So that makes sense that he wouldn't have built up that, sense of control.
He hasn't built, exactly. He's still building a sense of control because you could see it throughout the show.
Yeah, that was the journey.
It's not like he going throughout the story of Smallville has less and less control. But by the time that you're playing adult Lex, which is what all of the rest of them played, even Eisenberg is playing an adult Lex, like he's supposed to be, what, mid-30s, pushing 40?
Yeah, mid-30s.
Yeah, which means he's had 15 years, 20 years to, I don't know, control
mellow
himself. Not mellow out, but become more monk-like.
Yeah, and I think
there's a reason why his head is shaved.
So he said, but this is a Lex Luthor who is examining the reality of his mortality, which is something he probably always thought he could beat, but he has no superpowers, and even his genius can't prevent this. So he is craving this connection with Connor in that, in the hope that I think subtextually is his form of restitution for all the shit he has done. Connor in turn feels his own need to meet at least one of his powerful pops. There is a mutual, and I like how they put powerful in that, because yes, Lex is powerful.
the way that they said that, I was like, you really just made Lex Luthor and Superman sound gay. So I get to meet one of my parents, and I was like, wait, so your parents are two men? Sounds gay.
There is a mutual curiosity and a gravitational pull for Connor because Superman is so elusive for him, Williver observes. And we've seen Connor in the previous seasons display a bit of Luthor-esque behavior. So it's not like it comes out of nowhere. The season premieres scenes between Lex and Korra, aka Starfire, are fucking legendary. I ad-libbed that. And then Connor were really, really, really well written and a lot of fun to make. Well, Veritas. I am proud of the finished product. I think it will be really interesting for fans. In speaking with TV Line, Welliver also confirmed that Lex's super beard was in fact his wish, as he expressed to the showrunner Welker early on. I had the beard, and I was committed to something that would be after this. So I kind of said, look, I could trim it, Welliver recalls, but I always think in terms of if you look at the pictures, look at the great pictures of Walt Whitman and presidents with big beards, there's gravitas and wisdom that is portrayed there. So I thought that in contrast with the iconic bald head and with the solid black clothing would be an interesting look from him. And I think it really worked. Fuck yeah. Yeah, it did work, buddy.
I'd say so.
So, why am I prefacing this article? Because we are going to get into everything that happened at Mr. Zod's Phantom Zone. You can't get a Lex Dome before you've had your Zod style goatee. Yep, I'm growing it out right now.
You probably have prosthetics if you aren't naturally beard blessed like moi.
Well, here's the thing. Zod doesn't have a very big beard, so...
I don't know what her next comment is about. It says, PB, you shipped Slash. What do you mean I shipped Slash? I didn't ship nothing.
So, let's just go through this episode because we really need to break this down scene for scene. This is one of the best season premieres I've seen in a very long time. I'm so happy. I was worried when we didn't have Game of Thrones, but then Titans comes along and it's like, hey, there's good television still, buddy. Good TV.
Yeah, we just watched Andor.
We watched Andor, and now we got Titans. So, yeah, it's been a good week.
I feel like, so for how much money they spend on the show, they must not spend any of it to promote this fucking show. I didn't see any ads anywhere, any place, at any time. And then you're like, hey, it's out. And I went, what?
Yeah. And you know, that's always been odd to me. And look, if they're spending the budget on the production, because let's be real, those fight scenes look really fucking good. And clearly getting a good actor and the dialogue and everything. I would rather if a show doesn't get promoted at all, but has a decent budget and, you know, you can promote it that way and be like, hey, this show is really good. Like, you know, people like us can be like, hey, watch Titans. It's some good shit. But, yeah, so beginning of the show, kind of picking up where the last season left off.
They're bowling.
They're bowling. They're kind of relaxing. They get a call from Bruce.
Bruce fucking Wayne, man. We seen Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. I would have loved to see Bruce Wayne and Lex interact, considering what Nightwing says later in the episode.
Billionaire to billionaire.
Oh yeah, because you know they've been battling each other, and there was a great line in the show, and there's so many good lines in this episode where he goes that Lex Luthor is the only man that Batman ever feared. I was like, oh shit. So Batman doesn't give a shit about Superman. He's like, yeah, I got him. But then like Lex comes along and goes, that guy might be a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that really everything they did right from when they introduced him. But so they're bowling, they're doing their thing. They get a call from Bruce. We cut to the introduction of Lex. What did you think about this introduction? He comes in right away. And I like the fact.
I thought it was good. I didn't know what the hell was going on at first. I was like, are they going to a funeral on a bridge?
Yeah, it was like, what's going on? Whatever. They find this temple thing. There is some significance, and we'll get to that in episode 2 because they go into that more. But for right now, Lex is looking for this thing. You know, whatever it is, it holds some kind of importance, and he fucking fires everyone. And that lady says stuff to him.
He just fires her, and then I'm sure she's got like a couple of people that work directly under her, so they'll probably be fired as well. But no, he just fires, like, he didn't fire any of the security that he had around. You never see security.
No.
Like, if you do LexCorp security, you get paid well because you're going to die.
So,
in some fashion, everybody's got to pay.
So she said a great line, like, I thought you said that because she's trying to fight this, right? And Lex ain't having it. He's shutting that bitch down. And everything she says. And so she looks at him and she goes, I thought you said, or I thought you wanted to stare in the eyes of gods. And he looks at her and says, I already have. For me, that worked because if you know the lore with Lex Luthor, right? That's directly him talking about Superman, Batman, the Justice League. He's like, bitch, I've already seen people you can't possibly imagine. Who the fuck are you to tell me? There's so much that's being said, but he only says 2 words. And I think it's really just like, and what, like, the voice works.
This is our dream. No, my dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like the last thing she says, but this was our dream. And he goes, no, my dream. I was like, yeah.
It's either going to work or it's not. Either way, your services are no longer needed.
I was like, oh. And opening like that, this was such a subtle but really good introduction to Lex. And then we go and we get a better scene. So I thought we were gonna see Superman. They do a cock tease again.
Oh my God, because he literally sends a message saying, I would like to meet you, Connor. This is I was like, wait a second. Like, I was upset with that setup because I was like, okay, so if you could take the time to write this letter, it's going to take you the exact same amount of time to go from wherever you are to right in front of Connor's face. So while you just go, you're Superman, you just go and you see him and we have that scene, but they're like, no, you gotta come to S.T.A.R Labs in Metropolis, and I'll meet you at this specific location at this specific time because I'm Superman and I can't just go wherever I want, whenever I want at the speed of fucking light. What the fuck?
Yeah, so proving my point, thank you. Superman's a dick. I've been saying this for years.
He wears the old school costume, though. Did you see that? At least the statues makes it seem like he does. He's like, oh, those are some nice tights, statue. They were not nice. They made him look like he was a 12-year-old boy in a man's body.
So, but we don't get to see Superman because he fucks off, apparently saving another planet from a burning star.
Which, how the fuck what does Superman do that he's like, well, I know this star was going to explode, but I'm just going to, like, hold it in place in space, or what?
I have no clue. Like, I would love to see I would have loved to see a scene of him, like, like, I don't know, holding the star until it, like, explodes. And
yeah, I don't understand what he's going to go there. He's going to fly around it real fast and create a solar wind that. And then he said that saves an entire galaxy, and I feel like that's incorrect. And he meant to say save an entire solar system because a star exploding is not going to destroy an entire galaxy.
And Janie Davis, you bring up a good point, and we're going to bring that
Mr.
up.
Zod's fandom zone. Lex has always loved and hated Superman because he's always thought of him as a god.
Yes, and there's a great dialogue we'll talk about. So much of the best dialogue actually in this episode comes from Lex, and he says very few words.
The gods will know your name, Mr. Luthor. What do you mean? The gods already know my name.
I just like, it's just like that was when I called you up and I was like, he gets it. He fucking gets it. It gets Lex Luthor. Like, it's
I don't
arrogant.
ever remember seeing this guy do any other character. Like, I never watched Deadwood or anything like that.
Oh, so yeah, he was in Sons of Anarchy.
Well, I don't remember him being in Sons of Anarchy.
He was the main Irish bad guy. when they
Oh,
when they introduced the Irish, and there
I
was
only
that one
remember
guy.
I only remember like I would call him the super skinny guy.
That was him.
What?
Yeah, remember Sons of Anarchy was like almost 10 years now?
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a while.
Good eye, Brett Cohen.
Good day, Brett. But yeah, so
We're talking about Titans, and what is on your cup?
Spider-Gwen.
Jesus, you shill.
Play Marvel Snap. She's a character coming to Marvel Snap. Anyways,
Anyway is correct.
so we get a great scene. Now the next
Okay,
scene.
when you say, oh, that was the great scene, and then what? They cut to which great scene are you talking about at S.T.A.R Labs? Because everybody like has a little moment there.
God, you're right. I don't even know where to start. Okay.
Because Connor has his moment where he's like looking at Superman in space, and he's got the little note talking about this is what we do, which is, I guess, like saving people. Is that what that was supposed to mean? Is just saving people? I was like, well, that seems pretty generic, but okay. And then what? Corey has her scene where she's got to bust that rock apart, and they're like apparently testing some of her telekinetic powers.
Yeah, okay, so you meant, I don't know if you saw season 3, but in season 3, she lost
Yes,
her.
I've seen it, but yes, I saw season 3, but it was like a year ago.
Yeah, so she lost her heat ability. It got switched for her innate ability, which is ice. So it's like a combination of ice and fire.
Okay.
Which
sounds pretty Game of Thronesy to me.
Yeah, it does. Oh, good connection. See, it's all connected, and it's a WB property. It's all connected, man.
You got me, HBO. You got me.
Good job. See, HBO is building a connected universe.
I guess.
So yeah, it was really cool to see that, and Beast Boy. Interesting things.
Yeah, Beast Boy. I don't understand what happened there. Like,
Was
it a coincidence that he freaked out when he put the suit on? Did the suit have something to do with it? Because they never clear that up. They just go, "Oh well, we didn't catch any anomalies." I was like, "This has never happened in before, and you just gave him a new suit and it happened. What do you think the fucking cause was?" And they're like, "No, suit's fine."
I think the suit amplified his powers and mixed in with what we'll talk about later with the cult.
You turned into a gorilla.
I was like, yo, I wish.
You know what happened after he turned into a gorilla? He went ape shit.
You know what's crazy though? He didn't hurt anyone there. The scientists.
As far as I can tell, it doesn't look like he hurt anybody. He just destroyed every piece of fucking equipment in the room.
So I was like laughing, like, did they just like step back and just like, hey, you do you. Science bad, I guess.
And then what? Tim gets his staff.
Yes, Tim Drake gets
Did Rachel get anything? Rachel didn't get nothing.
Does she need anything? We're gonna talk about her for a second. Does she
really? She's having issues the entire time.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? And I was like, yeah, I heard it, but I don't think anybody else is supposed to hear it. This is fucking weird.
So there's a lot of weird stuff at play. So we'll get back to the Lex stuff, but there's a side plot.
Dude, I thought that West Coast Customs was fast at retrofitting or upgrading a vehicle. Whew. S.T.A.R Labs is the upgraded version of West Coast Customs. You see that RV?
Dude, and then they put a fucking car in the bus. I said that. I paused it and I showed Bitchy. I go, Bitchy, look at this bullshit. And they just fucking open the thing up, and a car for fucking Nightwing comes out of the bus. And I said, why'd you motherfuckers not go to S.T.A.R Labs sooner? That should have been like season 2. That should have been your stop instead of making your own fucking uniform.
Because then we would have seen Hawkman, or not Hawkman, Hawk.
Yeah. F's in the chat for Hawk. He's dead.
Where is Donna Troy?
Donna Troy went away. I think after she got brought back at the end of the season, she's like, I've got to go and find myself, you know. And
Bullshit.
I think the other Dove was like, I've got to go find myself. Everybody had to go fucking find themselves. So they're like fucked off. Which
So they're lesbians now.
No, I got to be honest with you. I like the fact that they're more focused on the core group. This is the first season ever in this show that wasn't trying to set up 18 different teams in one season. I like the fact that they're now focusing on each individual character. We get a little time with Cora. We get a little bit of time with Dick, Nightwing. I'm not gonna say Dick. I just realized that.
Mr. Grayson.
We get a little bit of time with Nightwing. We get some time. We get some time with Gar, Tim. It really feels like they're focusing on the core team, and I like that. What did you think about them actually like giving everybody a moment in this? Everybody gets a little scene. We get a little bit of their thoughts on like how they're feeling about this from like their perspective.
No, I would rather follow everybody all the time than have episodes where you barely see one person because we're focusing on a Nightwing story or a Starfire story.
Yeah, the first seasons and the issue that a lot of people have with the writing was that they were trying to focus on all of these people. The cast was so fucking huge.
They're a team. They're not just individual heroes.
Exactly.
The show isn't called Batman and Friends.
It's called Titans. It's supposed to be about the
focus on the Titans, not just one Titan.
So
like season 1 was almost exclusively a dick season.
Lots of dick.
Season of dick.
So
season
we got
2
some
was like a Rachel season, and season 3 was a Starfire season. And if I had to guess, it would like if they keep that up, I would guess that this season would be a Connor season, but I'm not sure. If they keep doing it the way that they did the first couple episodes, then we won't have that problem anymore.
Yeah, they're really focusing on the team as a whole, and I'm really enjoying that. The other good thing, so let's get to now when they introduced these people, and I think they've been doing this villain really good. You'll find out more when we get to episode 2, but they kind of tease them, and this is how you're supposed to introduce a villain group. Because look, if you're gonna do, and we'll get to the end, we're saving the lead, but if you're gonna do what you're gonna do in the very first fucking episode, then you better have a good thing to switch to. So let's talk about the Church of Blood is what they're called. They're like a cult. Open it up, and they still are not giving us a lot about them, but there's a bunch of people that are bleeding randomly, fucking puking blood, and this thing in the mask. And they tease a little bit of this in this episode, and then we'll talk about the very large thing that happens at the end. But
very large.
Yeah,
it'll be
like
huge.
But so what did you think when you first started seeing, like, were you confused? Because I was confused for a while, because I'm like, wait a second, are they doing 2 villains or what's going? So when you saw these blood people in the background, what were you thinking?
When did they show these blood people in the background?
Well, because the first scene was the random scene. I think it was some chick and dude in their apartment, and they just start vomiting blood. And then
like,
they kind of
who is this guy who's like the taxidermist trying to sell his mobile game?
Now, that guy's going to become important later. So you don't know this because you don't read the source material, and probably no one will know this. But Sebastian is actually called Brother Blood in the comics, so I know where they're going with this.
Well, yeah, he started bleeding too. I was like, who the fuck is this guy, and why is he bleeding?
And then when he starts bleeding, you notice other people are bleeding. So
his fox was bleeding, for the love of God. A fox is dead, and a fox ain't got no blood.
Yep, it was taxidermied. It's like it starts
oozing
blood and shit. So The other thing I like too, I don't know if you noticed this, but a lot of the Titan seasons, I felt like, and I'm no prude. You guys know I fucking curse on here or whatever. But
Oh,
I
I thought you were going to say, I'm no prude. I fully endorse Jamie and Cersei.
exactly. I mean, come on. But
give me some more of that Damon and Rhaenyra action. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Look, it is what it is. Just let it happen. Accept it, and you'll be fine.
He knew that she was his aunt, and he was like, "Yeah, but you got a sweet ass pussy."
There you go.
And now I have to murder you because you're psycho.
So with this person, we're introduction. First off, what do you just think about this developer guy? Because I think this actor is doing a pretty bang up job so far. He's very interesting, and I know the source material, and he is definitely giving a more sympathetic approach because Brother Blood in the comics is a dickhead through and through. I'm enjoying the kind of, they're taking like a Joker angle where he has a really shitty life and kind of explaining what's going to lead to where the character's going. What did you think of him just like seeing what's happening and all the stuff that they're giving him about his character?
God, I guess he didn't leave as much of an impression on me as he did you, because I thought that he was more of a victim than a antagonist, I guess.
Well, yeah, we'll
It's
get
like
there
when
because I don't want to give
introduced
anything
him, I thought,
away.
like, this is the kind of guy. He reminded me kind of Joaquin Phoenix in the Joker. Like, he's getting kicked around by society.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about him. And then his fucking mom dies, and I was like, shit, life is not going well for you, is it?
Dude, okay. This is episode 2, but we still got to talk about that scene. I know we're jumping around.
That was episode 2, sorry.
Yeah, I know we're jumping around, but this is such a great show. We're going to highlight different things. And once again, spoiler alerts, everyone, but definitely watch this show. Despite if you hear spoilers, it's worth seeing. Great acting, whatever. But anyways, so that
we're
scream,
probably underselling it.
that scream that he does, and he's like going like curdling. This. Oh my God, dude, this actor is good. He is really fucking good. I'm looking forward to seeing when he goes full what I know he's going to turn into. And did you notice?
Full psychopath?
Yeah, in a sense. There's some supernatural shit to it too. But yeah, there was
muted. There was no sound coming through.
there were some good moments there. So anyways, so we get to one of my favorite parts. Lex wants to see his son. So PB, how does Lex get their attention? I was fucking laughing my ass off in this scene.
Wait, Lex gets whose attention?
When they were all getting ready to drive away, and then Lex, yeah,
I was like, how is it that S.T.A.R Labs put something together and immediately it gets hacked?
Lex hacks their fucking van.
I don't think he hacked the van. What I think was happening was he was using one of his satellites to beam this signal, I guess let's call it, because it was either super high pitched or super low pitched that only Superman could hear it, or Superboy. So he was beaming it directly at it because it like shut it down.
Yeah, and he shut.
It was just causing a bunch of interference. He wasn't like hacking in to get information the way that they hacked into his systems.
Oh, and we'll get to that scene because that was fucking hilarious. That's probably one of my favorite scenes.
Right, but no, I thought because I didn't know what was going on at first. I was like, They put you let them. Well, you didn't let them. They just kind of took the RV and they upgraded it, and now fucking broke down. Like, what the fuck? And then he starts talking, and I was like, okay. And then they cut back, and I was like, wait a second. The only person who hears this is Superboy. What the actual fuck is happening right now? And then they start like cranking up that little whine or pitch or whatever the fuck it was, and I was like, oh, I get it. He's talking at Superboy frequencies, and he's got to pump such a fucking signal down through this thing. It's fucking with all of the electronics in the RV.
And I was laughing so hard, and I was like, once again, I was like, they get it.
Laughing at pain.
They get it. They get Lex. They get the character, because that was such a fucking Lex move. He can't just fucking call him up and just be like, hey, I'm Lex, I'm your dad, how about you come here? We got some stuff. No, he does a grand fucking spectacle.
Right? Do you think it's difficult for, like, does he do that with Bruce Wayne, where he just like calls on the phone, is like, Lex Luthor for Bruce Wayne, and they're like, okay, to the top of the list, put him through.
Well, because if he fucked with them like this, I could just imagine like Lex doing petty shit, like crank calling Bruce or something like that, and just like fucking what is a bat cave or something.
All of these characters, like they show that in the bowling scene. All of these characters, they're not like totally disconnected. They all still have their phones, and they hear from their family, and they hear from Batman. Like, okay, so that's still happening. Is Connor the sociopath killer? That's not just Luthor. Jor-El was all arrogance.
Yeah, I agree. Jor-El was all arrogance.
A sociopath killer. Why do you think that Connor's a killer?
I mean, she's probably in relation to the Lex gene. Like, he's got those. We saw in the last season.
No, that's his. Like he said when he eventually goes and meets him, that's the part that he got, putting himself first.
Yep, putting himself first. Preservation.
Superman don't do that.
Superman don't do that. He thinks about everyone else. That's why he's a fucking Boy Scout. Anyways, no jealousy there. So, long story short, they decide they're going to go, and this leads into another favorite scene of mine. Hey, Landon. So
what's up, Landon?
Can I first just say, and I know, PB, you
have to say it second, because we've been talking for like 47 minutes.
So can I just say, secondly,
yeah, we went early today.
Yes, we did go early.
Sorry, ladies.
That was good. The camera angles. Now, PB, I know this isn't like a big thing of yours. You don't sit back like me and go, that fucking cinematography was great. I know that's a me thing.
Very rarely does it hit me, but like the way that you described the scene to me before I saw it, and I was like, okay, that sounds like it could be good. And then I'm sitting there watching the scene, and I went, this is way better than the way he described it. Like, it's exactly what he described, but the way that it's shot, the mannerisms that you get, the demeanor that you are receiving from the characters, not just Lex, but also Starfire, I was like, oh, fuck, this is great.
There's my something about Mary hairdo, just for you, Brett.
Yikes.
So do you want to describe the scene? Because maybe you can have better inflections on this than I can.
Okay, so they decide that they're going to find out, or they're going to, talk to Lex and see why he wants to meet with Connor. That's the conversation just between Starfire and Nightwing?
Yep.
So I assume that the whole team was going there, but the whole team does not go there. They send literally one person, which is Starfire. And you see Lex sitting there eating his, what did he call it? It was some fancy word after spaghetti.
Spaghetti, yeah. It's some fancy fucking spaghetti.
All right. It's fancy spaghetti. I would take a plate. I'd be like, sure, we sit down and have a conversation, a little bit of a meal. That's fine. And he's like, he takes a drink of his wine, and you see a body fly in the background.
across
And
the hallway.
camera
And
is
I was
so
like, what
subtle.
the fuck?
There's no sound, okay?
No, it's just silent.
It's silent with Lex Luthor's trademark fucking symphony music playing in the background.
Yep. So there's like a long hallway behind, let's call it his dining room. It's got to have what, like freaking 8 doors on each side? And Corey's just working her way up the hallway. Henchmen come out, take him the fuck out. Another henchman come out, take him the fuck out. Another, like, they just get one after another, one after another. You know, typical comic book fashion, sending people one after another. And then she gets up to the room, and he had just walked over and gotten the bottle of wine so he could top his glass off. And she tosses a fucking guy over his table. And he just sits there like, yeah, you know, I expected this.
He lifted the wine up. Like, don't knock over.
He knocks out the last guy, and he turns to her and he goes, Starfire, I presume? I've been looking forward to meeting you.
Oh my god. And just, he is on pace. Like, a dude died. Did you see that last dude she hit? She punched him, and he went this way on his fucking neck. His neck's broken. He's done. Watch this poor bastard died, and he's like, Starfire, I presume? I was like, oh my god. His family will get a payout. Fuck being a henchman for Luthor. That was fucking brutal. He just didn't care. 10 people just died in this hallway.
No, he cared more about the ninjas.
So a great scene. So you think to yourself, how the fuck can
and then
this
they have a conversation? Yep. And then they're sitting there having a conversation after he offers her some wine or the meatball. And then let's just call it spaghetti and meatballs. I don't fucking know. So he offers that, and she says no to both. And I was like, okay. And then they cut away to something else for a moment. What was the cutaway scene before they come back to them having the conversation?
So the cutaway scene is Nightwing thinking he's got the drop. He's like, we planted this bug. We're ciphering the files. We can listen in on everything that's being said. And like a fucking boss, like Lex Luthor should be, he turns to the fucking window.
No.
And fucking waves. Like he knew exactly what fucking building Nightwing was going to be in. The exact fucking window. And then I don't even know. I
took a drink from him though.
She did take the wine.
A drink. No, she took some fucking whiskey from like 1835 or some shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't care if I'm a superhero or not. That's some good shit. You know, that's like a $500 bottle. So they're like, fuck yeah, man. Like, I just beat up 10 guards. I'm a little thirsty. Let's
like Luthor, it's probably more like a $5,000 bottle.
Yeah, I think I understole it. So,
what's up, Husky?
Not much. I was trying to figure out when to pop in, but you guys keep talking DC. I'm like, all right, when's the best time to talk about Batman?
Right now.
Right now. It's always a good time to talk Batman.
That's
I don't care if he's not in the show. Batman.
No. Husky, you're going to love this.
He's in the show!
No. You're going to love this. Lex makes a direct reference to Batman because Lex turns around, waves where Nightwing is, and I don't know if he knows where the fucking Mike is. I imagine because he knew where the fuck Dick was. Nightwing. He knew where the mic was. And he goes and he turns and he's like, you know, you and Batman, same old tricks. And I was like, he just fucking dissed Batman and Nightwing in the same fucking sentence without even having to say that much. And then
like father like son.
Yeah. And then Nightwing turns around and he's got this look on his face. And I'm telling you, the way this is shot, the way it's acted is so fucking perfect because he realizes and he turns and looks at Tim and he goes, oh shit. And he's like, what? And he goes, get ready. And he turns and fucking ninjas. Lex Luthor hired fucking ninjas. And I'm pretty sure he knew that Nightwing was going to win, but there's a funny little line after that. We'll get to that. But they're running at him with fucking swords, and he looks at Tim and he's like, I hate ninjas. And they fucking start throwing stars, and one of the best fucking choreographed fight scenes I've seen. There's just like Nightwing actually looks like a badass. This is probably the first season I've seen where Grayson, Nightwing, I'm not going to say the other name, looks really fucking good as a combat artist, because he is just sitting there fighting the fucking ninjas with his batons that stun.
I hate ninjas.
I hate ninjas. And so he beats them all up, and then he looks the other fucking side, more fucking ninjas.
More ninjas.
So, in a little haha moment, a little there's so much said without them saying it. They get to the last ninja. Tim is trying to fight him off. He doesn't have the skills of Nightwing, but I will give Tim a little nod. He did fucking hold his own a little bit, but that's a fucking ninja. He hasn't been trained up quite yet, but he held them back. So, Nightwing gets done with the first set of ninjas that he fucking beat the shit out of. He goes over and he sees the next set of the ninjas, or the last one, trying to kill Tim. He takes the fucking ninja, like pulls him off of him, slams his fucking face into the window. Blood splats out of his face. And he comes out like, it was kind of cartoonish. He falls out like, and then he waves back at Lex. And Lex, without skipping a fucking beat, looks at Starfire and goes, I really like those cards.
I like those guys.
So, and I'm thinking, because I was telling PB, because he had no context until he saw this, I go, so it's fucked up. That must have been like the Z security team, because he didn't give a fuck about those guys. Dude broke his neck, and he was like, whatever, don't spill my wine.
Didn't care about the henchmen, but the professionals.
The professional ninjas, he probably paid a lot more money for them. It was one of the best setups to show this back and forth that they have. But yeah, so what did you think of the ninja scene and the back and forth and that?
I'm just gonna say that everything needs more Batman when it comes to DC. Even Black Adam needed more Batman.
Black Adam could have used, if Black Adam had Batman in it, it'd be a 10.
It'd be a solid 10.
It'd be a 20.
Yeah,
because 20. I'm already at a 10. It'd be a 20 for me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, sorry, I got a grade out on a curve. 20 out of 20.
No, the ninja scene shows exactly what Dick was talking about earlier. He's going through essentially mowing down these ninjas single-handedly, and Tim can't even handle one. He was on the cusp of being killed before he got saved. And that's what he said. He's like, you got me the Robinson? He's like, no, you've been a Titan for 5 minutes.
And I like that too. I like that Tim just doesn't come on the team and all of a sudden he can fight.
Nah, you gotta fucking bleed a bit before you can fight.
Yeah. You gotta get your ass beat. You gotta do some sparring. I'll give you the fucking stick to defend yourself. I'll put you on the field so you get used to that danger. And we'll get into the next episode because there's something else that a Titan should be used to. Kind of a sad scene. But anyways, I like how he's like, okay, this is what it's like. And, there's no hand holding. You don't get a second chance. You fucking bite the bullet out there, you're done. And Tim, Grayson, has no fucking powers. So you've got to be sharp in your skills because you are going up against people who are way more powerful than you are. And you can very easily die. And I really like that we see kind of the trainee angle with Tim's character.
What?
It's like seeing the new guy, right? I like how with Tim in this season, you see the new like trainee. He's just like, because last season he was in it and he did his little thing, but he wasn't really a superhero. You know what I mean? Now, it's like training day, and they threw him in the shit, and he's like, "Oh man, first day, man, first fucking day." Like this was like Tim's first like fucking mission, and it's supposed to be surveillance, and he gets ambushed by ninjas. So he's like, "Yeah, man, this is what happens."
What are you reading? Don't just read it to yourself.
She says, was it not a little frustrating over
it's talking to me about me slapping my keyboard getting damaged last night.
Yeah, there was some damage on the Prophets of Geek Culture. Yeah, things did not go very well. Vivienne is unromanceable.
Motherfucker. Don't bring that up.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So, sorry about your love light. So I hope you guys patch things up. We get to.
Ray's the one that told me she can't be romance before I went too far.
So we get through the ninjas, and now they're trying to figure out what Lex's angle is, and the angle is that Lex is dying. I thought
Lex is dying again.
I thought the angle was going to be that he was going to use Connor to pay the price so that he could get his superpowers. It seemed unbelievably obvious to me. And then
so let's get to the last part. So Lex and Connor finally meet. The ninja fight is done. Connor's like, "Hey, good or bad, I want to meet one of my fucking parents on this fucking road trip. Like, before we leave, I want to know one of them." And so he's like, "All right." He goes, Cora and fucking Grayson talk, and they're like, "You know what? It is what it is. Everybody's got shitty parents." You know that Grayson was going through that whole arc in Batman, or in season 1, where he said, "Fuck Batman." And they had to do their little thing where they finally came to terms. Don't be salty. Like Husky. Go to moviepalette.com. Thank you, Carrie.
I won't have her there either, by the way.
Carrie, I might have to have you as the official spokeswoman of the channel. Thank you very much. So if you enjoy Black Adam per se, go to moviepalette.com. Put in Black Adam. See if it's there. If it's not, that means that it's too new. But they do have Jurassic World and other movies that came out. Spider-Man.
How the fuck do you jump to Jurassic World and then you jump to a Marvel? Why wouldn't you just say, like, the Batman?
And the Batman.
I feel like the Batman, it's going to be like 75% black and then there's going to be a big blotch of red. And be like, "Yep, this is the Batman." I'll be like, this is some nice black. Now I need to go and see it.
Oh, also, while all 10 people are watching and everybody else, I just set up my Patreon and a Cash App link. So if you're enjoying the program and you would like to help support the channel, you can join my Patreon. I got 3 tiers.
Oh, shit, son. I'm
going on.
Terrified.
Yo,
what's
up, man?
We're doing Titans before we get to Terrifier.
You're doing that again? You're doing Terrifier again? What are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing Terrifier again, man.
Okay, we double dipping. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I mean, what else are we gonna talk about? Those stupid ass comments that me and you were battling for Wakanda, dude. What a bunch of fucking retards. Let me tell you. Okay,
It's not that serious. It's not that serious, but
no. It is that serious for me. Okay, side rant. I rant perp. Anyways, so I'm on Twitter, and my boy Perp here is spitting facts about how fucking atrocious Wakanda Forever looks.
Wakanda.
And so, this person in the comments is talking about how Perp, okay?
That's the homie, by the way. That's the homie, by the way, too. He's not no random person, but that's the homie.
Yeah.
But
that Perp has a preconceived bias to dislike this movie, and I wanted to say, do you know
My
this
shit's
man?
my shit's been consistent. I have been iffy about this movie ever since they announced the title. People know this.
Yeah.
Like ever since the title came out, I was like, this is gonna be some funny shit.
So I jumped in and I'm like, it's kind of funny that everybody is quick to defend this shit. Have you not learned from the other titles we've gotten, the Eternals, Thor: Love and Thunder?
That's what I'm saying. But bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, people are not happy with anything. So it's like you might as well go woke, do all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter. Because people are going to be upset regardless. And they're gonna have double standards.
And I was saying, you know what, Perp, I really meant what I said. I hope this movie turns out as bad as the Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
But this is the thing, right? It's gonna be successful. You're gonna have people coming out. You're gonna have people coming out. You're gonna have people coming out saying like, "Oh man, this was an emotional gut punch." R.I.P. Chad. He's the king. He's the real true king. But they won't give him no goddamn storyline. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of like fake tears and a bunch of waka.
Oh shit! And the fucking Batman it's like a little bit of silver, mostly black, red strip. A little bit of silver, a little bit of purple, red strip. A little bit of silver, a little bit of black, big red strip. More black and silver, a little bit of purple, and then a real bright red strip at the end when he lights that fucking flare.
I'm telling you, movietopalette.com. Go check it out. Enter promo code ZONE15 for 15% off of your purchase at Movie Palette. And thank you, moviepalette.com, for being the official sponsor of this channel.
So you interject to just put in your sponsor like that? Okay.
I said that I was looking it up.
Come on, Perp, I'm a real YouTuber now. That's
Yeah, he's a real YouTuber. Where's the porn bots? Come on, I had them last night. Where are they?
I'm trying to, do my best Ben Shapiro impersonation.
Just put a teacup on your head.
So we're finishing up Titans. So anyways, now here's the stinger. And spoilers, I don't know if you watch this, Perp.
It doesn't have stinger. It's here's the fangs.
And so we get the most amazing Lex. Me and PB are in agreement. This is the best Lex we've seen in 10 years. We're sitting down and we're like, oh fuck.
The best Lex since Smallville.
Best since Smallville, yes. This Lex is like, we're like, oh fuck. If this is the Lex, yes. Thank you. Killmonger should have been king. Janie Davis, don't get me started on that rant. He fucking won that waterfall battle. He fucking won, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That's why I fucking hate the first Black Panther, okay?
First off, the first Black Panther is a national treasure, sir. We will not have you disrespecting the OG Chadwick Boseman.
By their rules, Killmonger won. And what do they say? Oh no, you want to sell weapons and do all this underhanded shit.
Technically they are monarchy, so they can do what the fuck they want. So, they can make up the rules as they go.
Bullshit. They made a rule. They're supposed to be the good guys. They got to stick to that fucking rule, okay? They stick to the rules when fucking Black Panther was king. Oh, Killmonger comes in. You motherfuckers kill his father. Leave him in fucking Chicago, of all places.
Was it Chicago?
LA.
It looked pretty much like Chicago to me.
Anyways,
Anyways,
fucking like Oakland or something.
So racist. Move on.
But anyways, right? He's got to fend for himself. He becomes a military fucking hero. Yes, I don't care what anyone says. He was a military fucking hero. Comes back, no fucking appreciation. Right?
But he shot a woman. How you feel about that?
That bitch had it coming. Fuck her. Come on, man.
It's true.
You gotta.
John thinks he 100% redeemed himself when he fucking killed Claw.
You gotta break some eggs to make an omelet. Like,
Making the
She
mother of
won
all
history.
almonds here,
She had to
Jack.
go.
Can't fret
All of
wherever
the
you ate.
Batman movies are just black except for Batman versus Superman at moviepalette.com.
Yeah, so you check that out. You can get an all-black movie palette to match your
all black soul.
So, all right, I got detracted. Jesus Christ, this is why I hate talking.
You got the
about
Adam West
fucking
Batman
Black
one on
Panther.
there? How colorful is that one?
So let's get back to
Titans.
the episode. So, end of the episode. I don't know how you felt about this, PB, but I'm like, in my head, I was going, oh, Lex Luthor is introduced. Teen Titans is gonna get real. He's an actual Lex.
But this is Titans. You should know people get bodied like pretty fast. Like, like this is like a common thing that they've been doing.
Lex has a heart-to-heart emotional moment, and I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's because I'm a villain. I was like, that man cares about his genetically altered son that he built in the lab.
Talking about Superboy?
You started to think about yourself. So
I was like, that's how you do it when you're a villain. You know, the kids don't fucking understand how hard it is to rule the world. Anyways, he gives this emotional speech to Connor. And he's like, look, I've been a shitty person, but I want you to kind of see from my angle. I want to give you the knowledge. I want to make you a better version of you. And then you can go off and do whatever the fuck you want to do. I just want you to know who I am. And I was like, oh shit, Lex is, he's getting the emotions. And I'm thinking that the season is going, okay, he's going to bring Connor in. He's going to manipulate him and get him to turn on the Titans. And then they're going to have to fucking fight Superboy. And fucking Lex is going to be in the back masterminding shit.
Can't nobody fuck with Superboy, though, besides, like, probably, like, Corey. But, you know.
Yeah, there's no one on that team.
Dick fucked with him. He blew the dust in his face.
Yeah. There'd be nobody who could stop him. But
throw a green rock at him.
Hold on, I misspoke. What I meant to say was Dick fucked with him. He blew in his face.
Someone clip that. Clip that right now. Oh.
So, in a shocking twist that I can say it's been years since I've been surprised by an episode, Lex turns around and starts bleeding. And at this point in the episode, I'm fucking confused because I'm like, I've seen it before and the people died. But I'm like, wait a second. This is Lex Luthor. Wait, is this the disease that he's talking about? I thought Superboy was going to pick him up and run him to the Titan.
No, they foreshadowed that early on when he was talking to that one chick where she's like, oh, it comes with a price.
And I'm going to get to that.
And she's pretty brilliant. She set up all, you know, she got Superboy out the way. She got Lex out the way. She got, you know, she's pretty much got Raven out the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, pretty crazy.
Bro,
so.
don't skip it. We're going episode by episode. But yeah, so Lex turns around, starts fucking vomiting blood, turns
rough,
back.
Like violently vomiting. Because at first it was just coming out of his eye, dripping out a little bit. And he was like, what's going on here? I wasn't crying. Oh shit, it's blood. And then whoa!
I didn't see any blood.
And
What's
then
up, Gene?
And then he fucking throws up a snake.
Are we on the horror movie now? We're still in Titans.
We're still on Titans.
Damn,
it's a horror movie.
He throws up a fucking snake. And that motherfucker looks at Superboy and I go, oh boy, you done fucked up, because Superboy was like reconnecting. He was in the middle of an emotional moment and y'all fucking interrupted.
And he grabs the fucking snake. He grabs the snake with both hands, paws, and just fucking eviscerates it.
Bro, he fucking you could tell that was a little bit of Lex coming out there. Boy, that snake, he didn't kill it right away. He fucking holds this motherfucker up, like strangling it. And the snake's like, whatever. And he fucking uses his laser beam eyes and slowly fucking turns the snake to dust.
I just hope that they don't, like, you know, obviously I was like, let's not go down like, oh, I'm Superboy, I got daddy issues. Like, I got two daddies. And so it's like, I got daddy issues. One, my dad doesn't want to see me. The other dad just like fucking died right in front of me, and you know.
Let me ask you something though, Perp. I'm gonna be completely honest here, and then I'll go to PB as well. Husky, I know you didn't see this. Please go see Titans, man. It's worth it. Batman. You like Batman? Batman's in it. Anyways,
the guy, is he in every single frame?
no,
I can't watch it. I need all the Batman.
Damn you, Tim. Damn you, Tim.
On your right, but then left, center. So, Perp.
Yes.
Did you think they were going to kill off Lex in the first fucking episode? Because I'll be honest with you,
No, but I'm not surprised because like I said, Titan's known for kind of doing this, like killing off like pretty big characters. I'm like, damn, like.
So now.
So when's he going to come back with Brainiac fusing him? Oh wait, that's
Lex
that's a different DC
clones
property.
and shit like that. I don't think so. Let me now tell you the reasons why Lex died, and then I'm going to get to ratings and stuff like that. We'll get into episode 2. But so I saw a interview with the creators and the actor, which, by the way, the actor who plays Lex in the show hearted my comment about him possibly being the best Lex we've gotten in like 10 years. So
thank you. He finally gave the other one competition. He doesn't have to ask for his job back.
No, he hearted your comment, but he's not going to sleep with you.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways,
but moving on.
Pause. Anyways, so here's the thing that I want to ask you, Perp.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this not both simultaneously really fucking shocking, and they did a brilliant thing here, and it took me a while to get over it because I really like the fucking performance, but this sets up now the main villains as a pretty imposing force. If you want to boost your villain spread,
I think what's going to end up happening, because correct me if I'm wrong, this is part 1 of season 4, right? That's how they market it, or is that just Doom Patrol? Doom Patrol's doing that too.
Doom Patrol, because Doom Patrol.
But I still think that I don't think there's going to be a season 5 of Titans. I think this will be the last season.
No. I got good news on that. Dave is actually pleased with the numbers, so they've been renewed for a season 4 and 5.
Well, they better renew fucking Doom Patrol, or we're burning shit down, kicking down doors.
I'm not gonna lie. I 100% agree with you. Like, if they get rid of Doom Patrol, that would be a fucking crime against humanity.
But I do think that Doom Patrol's getting close to its end, since they're doing like part 1s and shit like that. So that kind of gets me a clue that they're getting ready to wrap that up. But
at least it'll have its natural ending. But about this show. How did you feel about the villains we get introduced to? And then I'll ask PB the same question.
I'm cool with it because it's just, like I said, it has a horror vibe to it, and I don't know who this chick is and what her fascination with blood is or where the blood comes from. That's probably something as a male I shouldn't ask. I gotta be a gentleman.
I actually do know this storyline. I know about the Church of Blood and Sebastian and Church everything else, but I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything because it'll spoil some shit, especially because the storyline seems to line up with the comics so far. I know Doom Patrol changes some stuff, so I'm interested to see their take on the Church of Blood. But yeah, I think it was sad to see such a great actor just die in the premiere episode. But
who's to say he couldn't get brought back, because they still have the Lazarus pit, so they could just take his body and
clones.
Okay, so they have that's what I was thinking. I mean, I was watching it and I was waiting. I was like, okay, first of all, you're talking about Lex dying. I've been thinking, I'm like, Lex is known for cloning and shit.
Yeah, that could just be
It could have been a clone. You could have been just fucking fooled this whole time.
But
magic usually doesn't get fooled.
Yeah, it did sound like it was him who was dying. He had that emotional moment, but who knows? Lex could have also cloned himself.
Kick him in the pit. He comes out in a sane maniac, like they all do.
It's better when Ball clones himself in Stargate.
So, PV, what did you think about how they introduced this new threat? And do you think
you put it a good way that like you taking out the top dog, now you're the top dog.
I was very conflicted about where my rating was going to be just because
like
of the
when
fact
you're
that
thinking about Earth villains, so you can get rid of Darkseid.
Yeah.
Lex is number 1 on the list for DC.
Yeah, so if you want to make a big threat, then and I'll give the writers one thing. That is a bold fucking move, especially when the actor is crushing it as Lex, to be like, okay, we're going to kill him in the first fucking episode at the end of the episode as he's having this emotional moment with Connor. Oh, yes.
God dang, man.
There's so many good... Rose, I am so busy.
Did you see that new fucking show that Taylor Sheridan's doing with Sylvester Stallone?
Yes.
The
cowboy from Tulsa or something?
Something like that.
The King of Tulsa. The
Tulsa King or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, man.
It's a good time to be a critic right now because holy shit, do we have so much good shit to watch.
I didn't even realize this stuff was going on. I guess they filled the void of the dragon.
Brett has a good point. He says Lex uses others to be the threat. Exactly. But this time around, as much of planning as Lex has, he didn't account for magic. So let's talk about the chick he fired, wound up being the one who killed him. A little bit of irony there. She says some cold-blooded shit. I got to be honest with you. I like Mother Mayhem. If you guys don't know, that's her name, Mother Mayhem. She is
the chick that Lex fired is called Mother Mayhem.
And that will lead us into our next episode, Mother Mayhem. But, yeah, what did you guys think of the actress who is portraying Mother Mayhem? I think she's pretty fucking good.
I know nothing about Mother Mayhem, but she was okay. She's a savage. She kind of like had like this whole domino effect going on. Like I said, like her kind of framing Superboy for Lex dying and stuff. That's a good way to kind of get that chess piece out of the way.
Dude, she pulled some Lex shit on Lex.
Right. I don't understand what her play is though.
I think it has something to do with Raven. I think it has something to do with Raven because that's the only thing I could think of. Like,
she's trying to get some old god power.
Which we'll get to the ending because holy shit, that ending, dude. These two, if this is the season we're in for, Titans has like upgraded. Like those motherfuckers are bringing their A game this season. Like holy shit, first 2 episodes, and at least for me, they knocked it out of the park. But before we continue, I'm going to get your guys' rating on a scale of 1 to 10, what you would rate this episode. I'm going to go last because you could probably already figure out where I'm going to land on this.
69.
Husky, what are you at?
69.
Good call. PB, what are you at?
8.
8? Okay, so what brought it down for you to get from a 10 to an 8?
Superman cocktease.
Yeah, I do agree. That was that.
And
those bastards.
What the hell did I say earlier? There was something that I was griping about earlier, and I can't remember it. So it must not be that big of a gripe, but enough to take a point off.
I found it funny. I found it funny that Tim got all excited, like, "Oh, I thought I was getting the Robinson." You get a stick.
No, you get a stick. Bro, I was laughing so fucking hard. He's like, "No, you ain't ready for the."
But at least he's not Tony Stark, and he, what I'm saying, like, at least he can go to Richard and ask him for things, and
I love how you use the official term because I slipped up several times in this stream. And PB just started.
Yeah, we know that you're thinking about Dick.
Fuck you. Perp, what is your score for this episode?
I'm only doing scores.
What 1 out of 10.
Yes, you do.
That's how we do it here.
I'll just tell you, I thought it was a solid episode. I'll leave it.
So he gives it like a 6.
I get a 7.
Okay.
That's respectable, above average. I'm going to go with what Janie said, 9.5. I took the point off for Lex being murdered, and that's more of I was really fucking enjoying the performance. And now I'm going to get, before we go into episode 2, I'm going to get into some things that I found out. And this is a little PSA to DC. Stop fucking limiting what characters can be used, because the director came out and said that DC Brass told them that they had a certain amount of screen time that they could dedicate to Lex. It was the same problem they ran into with Batman until Titans started gaining a little bit more momentum. They would not let them use Batman. That's why he's not in the whole first season. And they did the same fucking thing for Lex, and they did the same thing for Joker. DC, if you want a fucking show with the Titans in it, then you gotta let them use the fucking characters. So they apparently told them that they could go about it 2 ways. Either they can have him in like a couple of quick scenes throughout the season, but given the actor's schedule, they couldn't do that, or they can do 1 episode, and that's it. And it's fucking bullshit. So they said if this is successful and it really catches on, they'll be able to use that character more. But I think it's a bunch of bullshit, and it really bugs me that if you're going to do a show that's going to introduce or going to be like big iconic character adjacent, don't do a fucking Gotham. Like, give the people the rights to fucking use these characters, or don't make the fucking show. It's annoying, especially when you got an actor of that caliber who's fucking killing the role, and then you got to kill him off because DC won't give him the fucking rights to use the character for the whole season.
That might just be the whole the old guard of DC. You know what I'm saying? I think, because I definitely think that's why I say, like, I think after they get done like Titans and Doom Patrol, they're probably going to go in a completely different direction with the TV stuff and whatnot.
Well, they gotta go woke.
No,
yeah,
I think
it was under Hamada, Brett, and I'm hoping that now Big Dick Dave has solved that. And
I would say no, because I think they're gonna take a page out of Disney's Disney Plus instead. Like, as you see with Matt Reeves, he's getting his own shows and stuff, and I think they're gonna continue to do like little spin-offs to like certain movies and stuff like that as television series, because you got Peacemaker, and we're gonna get more of those types of shows.
I can't wait. Peacemaker season 2.
I would never sabotage your flow during this time of the month, Zod.
I appreciate that.
You're
Janie
welcome.
Davis says, at Mr. Zod's Phantom Zone, it was a guess about what your score was going to be. Your excitement and the fact that you stayed on target most of the stream, despite me and PB sabotaging your flow. I was really, I gotta be honest, like, I consider this way above average, because I've seen Titans from season 1 till now, and Perp, I know
definitely improvements. It's not. I would say it's not perfect, but like I would say like
it's 20 times better.
It's not like, as Titans is always going to be a mixed show regardless, because it's not going to be. These are not going to be like the Titans that you see in comic books, or even like the Teen Titans show and stuff like that. Even though I definitely think that they might try to actually do another Teen Titans down the line and stuff, maybe do a movie or something like that. But what you can't say, well, for me, in my opinion, I still think even if you find some of the seasons and the structure, because the structure of Titans is kind of weird, it's kind of all over the place, but it's still entertaining as fuck to watch to me. Like, I still like watching.
I felt like this season they've really started focusing more, and me and PB were talking about this before you jumped in. They're focusing more on the Titans.
Yeah.
And really building them up as characters. And, the fact that you have one episode with Lex and it makes such a big impact, and I've said this, and people have argued, and Perp, this is why I appreciate you watching 100,000 shows. The writing has always been there. I think
100,001 shows. So.
The writing has always been there. I just think the creators have been shackled by the platforms they've been on. And I think now you're seeing what this creative team can do when they don't have so many constraints holding the writing back.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Way too many. You have the execs telling them and shit like that. And I feel like now they have, they're like, okay, within reason, do what you want to do. And we're seeing the true talent of this writing team. And I want to go on record as saying, I always fucking believed in Titans. When all you motherfuckers said this is the worst show and why did they change Starfire and all this bullshit, I was sitting here as the lonely fucking man on an island, as always, and saying, I think this is going to be a great show. No one fucking believed me. They said it sucked, blah, blah, blah. And this, to me, 2 episodes in, and right now, this is the most compelling season that we've had of Titans. And I'd say I really fucking look forward to every episode now, especially let's go to episode 2 titled Mother Mayhem. Holy fucking shit. Let's talk about the actor who is going to become Brother Blood right now. His name is Sebastian. This guy is really fucking good. I got a lot of Joker vibes. Me and PB were talking about this. So I'm going to go down the line. PB, what do you think about Sebastian? You already gave us kind of your initial thoughts, but what do you think about his character?
I think the way that they started to build him was great. That he's essentially just, you have somebody invading you from the back there. It's terrifying.
Hey, honey, how are you?
Oh, shit.
Kill
I
you.
got mud all over my boots because I was trying to see if some birds would go quiet if I went near the bushes they were in. They did, but I sunk more than half my boot in the mud.
Was it worth it?
Some birds.
Totally worth it. You want to see?
All for the sake of chasing birds. My woman, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you feed her?
them birds.
No, not yet. I waited for you.
You wanted me to do it. Oh my gosh, you're so thoughtful.
I'm a dictator.
You do
Without the tater.
The only weakness for Zod, his lady. People, if you don't know, Zod is not weak to kryptonite. It's really his wife is what really is his downfall. Yes, Janie Davis put it good. Joker vibes. Perp, what did you feel about Sebastian's character?
Off the rip, I was getting Norman Bates vibes just because he was doing the taxidermy stuff. I was anytime I see people doing taxidermy, I was like, yeah, Norman Bates, watch out for him. Probably a school shooter or something like that. He probably doing something like, put him on the list. Yeah, he belongs on the list.
Okay, but as far as the actor goes, do you think I feel like he's really putting in some work.
I'm still holding out because I know that he's a good actor and stuff, but because we didn't really get much of him. But yeah, it's a cool introduction. It's just like you, one moment you're stuffing a bird and then somebody's stuffing you and shit, and just
Yeah, and I like the whole tech angle. PB, what'd you think about the whole game he was building? I was like, that was pretty cool.
It's not about fostering competition. It's about building a community. Psychopath.
Yeah, Norman Bates, like I said, school shooter, big bang,
Fuck.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
This guy's a couple screws loose, and that's with ones that are there. He's missing half of them.
So, yeah, we see scenes. So we know.
And this hold on. And this motherfucker was talking to the motherfucking birds. Like I was like, "Who the fuck you talking to, bro? Like, don't do that. That's Yeah, he needs to be put on a list.
Wait, hold on a second. Now, my
no
beautiful
firearms for him.
future wife talks to birds.
I'm gonna
That are alive.
That are alive, exactly. That are alive.
I
She's not
mean,
sitting there talking to dead birds. Like she's not sitting there talking to dead toucan Sam and shit. Like
that is true. I have never seen her talk to dead birds. So yeah, honey, you're not a
but
psycho.
if Bitchy ever starts to talk to something like talk in the corner and there's nothing there, just that's a red flag. Might want to get an exorcism done. You know.
So
I just went and saw Pray for the Devil.
I fucking hate that movie, and it got like a 1 out of 10.
I don't understand why anybody didn't would go see that. Like looking by the trailer, like they literally show you everything that you need to know in that trailer. It's just like this is going to be hot dog water.
It wasn't hot dog water. That's rough.
Okay, I'll make her dinner. Just relax.
It was just disappointing.
So, okay, but getting back to Titans. So, we get a scene with him. A lot of shit happens in this episode. I really like.
I feel like I don't remember episode 2 at all.
Raven, she does some shit in this, and I feel like they've upgraded her.
And she actually uses the name Raven.
Yes, I love it. And you hear the birds too, like the Raven birds when she's like doing her mystic shit. I fucking love it. I'm just waiting for her to get that raven she has on her shoulder, and I'd be like, perfect. But
does she have the Raven outfit?
Yeah.
That's a nice Raven. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
If you're not wearing the Raven outfit, fuck it.
And she's got the jewel on her forehead, the whole 9 yards. She touches.
She's been at the jewel.
She touches the ground and fucking hears the vibrations of the dead. I really like that this episode seemed to focus a lot on her, and she's been seeing this aberration of this thing with a mask. Oh boy.
Yeah, that shit was going around bodying people, like slit people's throats. So I was like, yeah, this just turned into like a slasher. Like
this season is very horror centric. There's this thing is going into people. Put a little girl and this hit me hard because y'all know my daughter's here. She's not paying attention. She's playing Resident Evil.
You think that this would have came out in October?
Yeah, this should have came out in October because this thing put a little girl in a coma, like a coma nightmare, where she's trapped in this room and Raven has to go in psychically and kind of save her. And we get to see an OP Raven. I've been waiting, Perp and PB, I've been waiting for like 3 fucking seasons for them to show how powerful Raven is. And a lot of this episode you get to see, and we'll get to the end of the episode, but you get to see how fucking powerful Raven is. She fucking goes into the crime scene because, of course, Mother Mayhem sets up Connor to take the fall. And so Raven does the shit where she puts her hand, and we get this cool effect where she sees the vibration. She says magic leaves a trail. So she follows. He's got to go do a video. If you guys don't know, go check out Perp's channel. He's probably doing a video right now. She puts her hand.
Something dropped. Had to do a video. It's very important. I will not get any views if I don't do it right now. So I got to leave. But I'll be back, and then I'll let everybody know that they can go check out my video, or they could go to moviepalette.com to get some quality artwork.
Only get the Batman one.
Delivered before Christmas.
No, JD Davis.
15.
Raven is more powerful than.
Oh my god, no, that's an insult to Raven.
Yes, thank you.
That is an
I will
insult.
fucking fight somebody.
That's rough. That
Raven.
is. She's got old god powers. Like she's no. Just a witch.
She literally has a demon, one of the most powerful demons in the DC. I would argue in any universe. Inside of her, in that jewel on her forehead, she has Azeroth, who is the most powerful fucking. He is
having her use my.
Yes,
that's not just.
His father is Trigon, who is the most powerful demon
I
within
will charge it.
DC.
It is fine.
It's not fine. You have upset a unicorn, you bastard.
with so many siblings, you should know I'm possessive of my shit.
Yes.
To not just give it out, okay?
Yes, I know.
Don't do that again.
Oh no. Oh no.
Slap him.
This is a disaster, Husky. Do you see what just happened?
Seriously, it pisses me off.
You see the chat, Husky?
Oh, the chat.
This
Oh, yeah, I
is
see
terrifying.
You've turned everyone against me.
No, nobody's turned against you. Your favorite viewer has showed up.
Hey, Karen. I love you.
Oh my god.
Not too long because it's 9:40.
Just don't do that.
What does that mean? Not too long because it's 9:40. You didn't even make it to the movie yet.
I know. I love you. Don't be
You
mad.
hear that, Carmen? He loves you. Don't be mad.
Love you.
What is happening? Why are you looking down?
Because I'm on the floor.
Why are you on the floor?
I'm tired and I'm fat.
Is there? Can you not sit next to him on the sofa?
No, he wants it to be his alone time.
What is happening?
Husky started barking.
No, that's Rocco.
Oh, shit is getting weird. Welcome everybody to Late Night Talks.
What's up, Rocco? Come here,
Rocco.
puppy. Come here, puppy. Come here.
Love you.
There you go.
Did you give him a treat?
Yeah, earlier today.
Oh my
A while
god.
ago, I snuck some Benadryl with
All right, you're gonna have to save.
Why do you not have dog videos on your channel? I don't understand.
Because when my dogs do something, I don't have the camera ready. And the previous dog I had, which is what my stuff is based off of,
All right,
I mean,
go up there and
she
take that out.
fucking would like whatever she was doing, she'd stop. When you pulled out a camera, she had like a sixth sense for it, and we don't know what the fuck it was.
That's
So you
a
like
sixth
sneak it, and all of a
sense.
sudden, she knew you had a camera out, and she was like, "Nope."
Thank you.
Every
All right.
time.
Go over to the bed. I see you're stretching. It's that time. Yeah, you know what time it is, kid. And don't give me that. Oh my god! But I'm
I don't
tired.
think-
But I don't want to go
I
to
don't
bed.
think
She was
yet.
sitting over there the whole time?
Yep, playing Resident Evil 7. How was Resident Evil 7?
Awesome. I jumped a few times and I got scared and very shocked about some parts of it, but I was really good at it.
Also, she has a YouTube channel. Tell everyone what your YouTube channel is.
Oh my god.
Lady Bloody Moon.
Yeah, so go check out Lady Bloody Moon. My
What?
kid is an artist and does stuff on there. So
I get more subs than you, bitch.
she probably will. She's cuter than me. She's gonna like this is the natural
I don't do
progression.
any face things. It's actually just random stuff, to be honest.
Well, you know that's how you make a kid. So go check out Lady Bloody Moon. Please subscribe to the younger.
Is that one
dictator.
word? Is it spelled funky? I don't understand what's happening.
How is it spelled?
Drop a link, you dumbass.
Blood moon.
Yeah.
It's spelled
Smells like
Just
it smells
blood?
like
Not
Lady
bloody?
Blood Moon.
maybe
Bloody Moon.
bloody moon.
That's why I had the first. Is it one word or not?
Is it one
Yeah.
word? Yes, it's one word.
Oh, dastardly.
Send the links on. Fuck it. It'll be easier for the chat. Then they know it's official and it's the correct
Is it
one.
some funky anime character?
Could be because like
Just
Purple
send the
wing.
fucking link, you asshole.
Ask her about is it some anime character with purple wings?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to put the chat in there. Hold on.
Now send. Okay, so once you send it, you send death threats now. Sub or I'll get you.
You spelled bloody like that?
Oh my god, okay, you guys.
It's a lie, dumbass.
Oh my god.
How did he spell it?
Like with an IE.
Epic.
That's the proper spelling.
Sure it is.
You
Sure it
cretins.
is.
Someone liked history more than grammar.
Blue dye.
Yeah, because history makes more
Blue
sense.
dye.
Fuck y'all.
That's what you
You're
spell,
gonna
blue
be
dye.
sad when the fucking Germans take over.
Yeah, man. Norm warned us, man. He said they
you'll be sad
they
when the
tried
Germans
twice.
take over.
What happens
You'll
on
be
number
very
3?
sad. We have strict rules, yeah.
The Germans tried twice, almost won twice. What the fuck's going to happen the third time, man? I don't know.
Exactly my point.
Third time is the charm.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the chat or in this chat for
In
everybody
the
to
chat.
go and sub, go support the young dictator who is.
You send it in the private chat too, so I can check it out later. Because right now my lab is holding my arm, like I could scratch his ear, because he's a big fucking baby, aren't you?
And yeah, I will. So everybody go check that out and support a little dictator as she rises through the YouTube ranks. I have no doubt that she's gonna eclipse me in subs because that's
Does
just
she
the way it
want dead
goes.
subscribers? Because I see her thumbnails and I see her titles, and I was like, I don't know if these videos are for me.
Let me see what the
Post
fuck's
random
going on.
Things, honestly.
You don't watch any of my videos, which is probably good.
I just
Oh,
make random things.
No, PB, I tell her to specifically avoid everything on my channel and all
Right.
channels adjacent.
Right.
so eventually she shouldn't just be on YouTube, because eventually you keep going around and keep building up. Eventually you just can't watch anything.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
No, watch
Dear,
Titans.
do you want me to bring the couch down?
I'm waiting
He's so moody.
for a bathroom trip to happen.
Okay. So I'm gonna go use the restroom while
For it to
this is going on. You guys talk.
Oh my
You can
god,
talk,
he's just
Rocco.
like, hey, I'm gonna disappear. You two need to hold down La Fort. I will definitely consider a guy. Hey Zod, can you please go full screen? Now's a perfect time to ask Carmen. He left. Let's put him full screen.
Perfect time.
There you go. Oh no, that's me. There, Zod, full screen. There we go. There you got exactly what you asked for, Carmen. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that's what people actually want to see, Carmen.
It's mine now.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah.
Invasion
Taking
time!
it over.
Yep.
Better.
Holy shit! Did you watch Titans?
No, but he showed me how he was geeking out about Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he geeked out. He geeked out so freaking hard that he had to call me before he even finished the episode. He's like,
What
"Hey,
a
I'm watching
wuss.
Titans. It's fucking great. You need to watch it." And then at the end of the episode, he cried.
He cried.
Well, yeah, one of his Legion of Doom members died.
Yeah,
Like
the one with
villains
the
be
founding
crying
member.
over villains.
Who
It's
died?
sad. Lex Luthor.
Oh, really? They got rid of a
Yeah.
good character like that? That was like.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's
I can't
so
believe
sad.
it.
How is the Legion of Doom supposed to be funded now?
That's a damn
Seriously,
good question.
seriously, Batman and Lex Luthor should team up and go, you know what? We're not funding these groups anymore. Let them on their fucking own, man.
Yeah, they
Legion
gotta
of Doom
pay.
is
They gotta
100%
pay
funded
their
by
own
Lex,
way, like NATO.
and the Justice League is 100% funded by Bruce Wayne. So, if neither of them were there, these organizations wouldn't exist.
Wait. So, how did he die, though?
Magic.
Some metal way
Magic.
with like blood and a
He
snake
essentially
coming out.
bled to death, and then a giant snake.
No.
crawled out of his
They're
mouth.
explaining to me how he died.
Thank goodness there's no Zod, no misreading articles now. Wow.
What should I heat up for her?
Whatever you want.
That's fucking big. Like, you got
There's
four different
food.
things.
Oh, because I'm the woman, and even though I don't know how to barely take care of myself, you can't figure out what to.
Yes, he did, Justin. Where are you, Justin?
There's the
Why
things
are
in
you
the
here,
freezer.
Justin?
There's the noodle packets on
You
the,
have the link,
on the
Justin.
counter.
I want to make noodle packets.
I believe in you, Justin. Why are
That's
you
the
just talking in
that's
the
literally
chat?
the easiest thing, and she will
Thought he
like
was
it.
taking time
And they're
off
like
YouTube
fancier
to
noodle
eat
packets.
candy corn alone to savor the taste.
Oh shit!
He's
Candy
still-
corn is
he's
awful,
been here to
but
fuck
it's
with
better.
Todd.
It's better than blackjacks. You guys ever had the candy called blackjacks? You like licorice? Licorice is terrible, and blackjacks are just
You
as
read
bad.
the instructions.
You're at work, you son of a bitch. Come on here and tease us like, hey, I could possibly be on. No, I can't be on the stream, but I got 15 minutes at work. Well, we appreciate your patronage. You know who else would appreciate your patronage? MoviePalette.com. For the greatest artwork in all palettes from movies, go to MoviePalette.com. Save an extra 15% by putting in code ZONE15 to support your favorite villain.
How
Who
much
is
is he
still
getting
not
paid for
fucking
each
back.
drop?
We
How
have
much
no
is he
idea.
getting paid for the drops?
I don't know.
I have someone from Movie Pilots in there. Just give me the number right
Do you
now.
want me to do it?
But like, I definitely looked up the movie palette from the Batman, and it was hilarious. I found it hilarious. Oh no, the dreaded mute. She had to say she had to do some emotional abusing. See, it's happening. Look at that. She's giving the side eye and everything. Oh no, a disaster.
It's on the package. You read the instructions on the noodle package.
What the fuck is he
I
making?
normally have servants to do these things for me.
Oh my god, him and his
'Cause I'm a
goddamn
dictator.
servants.
What the fuck?
Someone
is he
literally
doing?
told you my slave yesterday at work.
Husky, they finally got here.
Oh yeah, baby, the sex box. Yes, we got
How
the
did you
sponsorship.
put
We
it
got the
in
sex.
there,
Made it
Three
on
minutes.
Hot
YouTube.
girls
Hey,
are
look at
waiting
the
here.
sun
Hot
package.
girls are waiting here. Hot
Where you at,
girls are
Hank?
waiting.
It's a little dark.
Yes, he's making noodles, Justin. It's not that hard to cook ramen, Zod.
I do it by myself.
Agreed, Jenny. Black licorice
Hey,
is funny.
you get ready for bed because after your noodles, you're going to bed. All this woman power ain't happening. Hello, everybody. Hey, Justin, what's up?
Yeah, Justin's here. So are the SEXFING.biz.
Oh, hot girls finally arrived.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, they're waiting for us.
It's
Excuse me.
Bring back the woman. We need diversity. We need-
SEX5.biz came and said, hot girls are waiting here.
And then they
bet.
said,
Yeah, they said right here.
what'd they say after that? Or what'd they say before that?
They said, hot girls are waiting here.
What'd they say before that?
Hot girls are waiting here.
The first two had emojis and the third one didn't. Obviously, they're not interested anymore.
They lost interest in like 3 fucking messages that are
Yep.
all next to each other.
Out the window.
Okay, so swinging back around, episode 2, Mother Mayhem. Good stuff. We saw a lot about Sebastian. We've gotten into that in our feelings. What do you think about the villain? There is a huge fight at the end of this episode, and a great cliffhanger. Yeah, Raven and Superboy jumps in the air, does his eye beams. Mother Mayhem, fucking like.
Did I fall asleep at the end of the episode? What the
Yeah,
hell are you
Mother
talking
Mayhem
about?
takes her staff up. Basically, Superboy gets fucked up. She does some red shit, and his chest is glowing red. As
Welcome
we
back,
know,
Perp.
Superman
You missed
is
the best
Why
part of
don't
the
I
stream when
remember
Zod left for a bit and Bitchy took over.
Bitchy.
so.
All good. I'm reading.
So, Perp, you remember the end of episode 2. What did you think of the fight between Mother Mayhem and the Titans? She fucked them up.
Here I am.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
For noodles.
No shit. What? I have no idea what he's talking about right now.
Nothing.
I was like, did I fall asleep for part of this? Because that seems to be what happens to me a lot. So I gotta double check. I have no idea what you're talking. I was like, big fight scene at the end. There's a big fight scene at the end. Where the
Yeah,
fuck was
so
that?
so the Titans, they go, there's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. They finally free Superboy. Superboy gets off because Raven figures out who the killer is. She does her psychic mojo, and she enters the young girl's mind. She takes off the mask, and first off, cool scene. The follower who was in this mask fucking lights himself on fire. And Raven is like,
metal.
Raven holds him with that black shit that she shoots out, and she's trying to rip his mask off, and she gets it off. And it's just, I don't know, Joe from down the street. And he goes, "You'll never stop us. It's coming." And all of a sudden, motherfucker lights on fire. And she looks at Dick and she goes, "I swear to God, I did not kill him. He lit himself on fire." And he's like, "Yeah, I believe you. Dude was in a fucking mask trying to stab a little girl. Obviously, he lit himself on fire."
You know what they should add in Titans, unless they already have? Because I remember this from Teen Titans. And this was Starkey for the kids show. When she fucking goes mad, she basically knows when like Trigon kind of sees
I got a
her.
question.
And she grabs a guy and she goes, "What's the matter? Afraid of the dark," and drags him into like the abyss for a bit, and then he gets out and he's like fucking scared of her for like.
What's the deal?
Series.
What is the deal with the guys freezing and this masked character going after women?
So I guess he is kind of a person who brings people. Thank you,
I'm
dear.
not talking to you, H.
Anyways, so this dude freezes people and brings them into this dream state, which facilitates their eyes turning to blood and throwing up blood. And so,
did they show us Lois Lane?
Oh yeah, I think she was on that broadcast.
That's
CNN
her?
broadcast. Yeah.
Okay, well, she looks better than the Lois Lane from Smallville, so way to go, Clark.
Yeah, way to go, man. I swear to God, every iteration Lois Lane gets hotter. But anyways, they bring.
It's good news. Lois Lane keeps getting hotter.
So they Raven goes into the stream world, fights this guy, and she's got him up with the dark Raven powers. She rips off his mask. He sets himself on fire. I guess he was a sort of a way to hold somebody a prisoner in their mind. She pulls out the little girl. Now, at this point, the Titans are like, "Fuck this. We're going back to San Francisco. Fuck Metropolis. There's too much crazy shit going on." Connor goes, "Fuck this city. I want to go home," basically. And so they're leaving, and they see this red shit all over the road, like lightning hitting cars, just fucking up the highway. And it's right when they're about to leave. So the Titans pull over, they get their suits on. They're like, Nightwing says some cool shit. He's like, "Everybody suit up." So they
that's right. He says suit up.
Yeah, so you do remember the edit. So
he needs to say Titans go.
I wish he said Titans go.
exactly.
That would have been fucking awesome. But
no, he says suit up, which is fucking weird. I was like, okay, so Carrie goes, "So the villain's just gonna sit there while you put your suits on?" Sure enough.
So they get their shit on. They stop the bus. They're looking pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie. And Superboy Connor leaps in the fucking air, and with his eye beams, he shoots them at Mother Mayhem. She grabs the I-beam laser. She has this staff, and she pulls it into her staff, shoots some red shit back at him, and his chest glows red where the Superman symbol is, and he is fucking out. She throws him like 50 fucking feet in the air. He goes through a car. He's done. He's sitting there going, oh, fuck, I didn't know magic was a thing. And so Beast Boy is like, tries his luck. And, he hits his gauntlets. He's ready to transform. Before he does anything, she shoots a green bolt at him, knocks him the fuck out. I'm like, God damn, she's like 2 for 2. This is not turning good. So Dick, Nightwing, goes and fires up his baton. She waits for him to do hand-to-hand combat. And I'm a little confused because I'm like, oh, you're a sorcerer. Like, close quarters isn't a thing. She fucking parries everything he does, holds her hand out, freezes him, and starts doing this weird shit like she's, I don't know, Yes, I do agree. I don't know.
Says Zod is so racist. He thinks Black Panther should be remade with an all-white cast.
We'd have less arguments. Anyways,
For safety.
So he goes. She freezes him and does this like wavy thing, and he's just sitting here like this, and it looks like she's sucking the energy out of Nightwing. So, Raven goes up.
What about sucking?
That was a good one, Perp. Raven jumps in the air and starts fucking flying towards her and shoots this black shit. This must have been part of her plan. She holds up the staff and absorbs all of Raven's essence. Her hair turns white, and the jewel in the center of her forehead disappears, and she falls. And I was like, you guys are fucked. The one magic user on your whole entire team.
Most overpowered character in your whole team is gone.
It is down. And so then, it's up to Starfire. She sees Nightwing in trouble. That's her man right now, or it's strongly implied. So she does that blue shit.
I thought they were always for each other.
Yeah, they're getting together in this run. She shoots that blue thing, PB, the fire and ice, at Mother Mayhem, and something happens. Lex, in the first episode, said that Starfire was important to his plan, and that she was the only one who could stop these other people because he knew by hiring them, because as Lex does, he's a genius and he thinks 20 steps ahead. Yeah. And he knew that Starfire is the key to keeping these people in check. She shoots the blue shit, and Mother Mayhem shoots the this reddish kind of hue thing, and they meet in the center, and they blow up the fucking center of the road, and all this red shit shoots out, and she disappears. And they look, and they pick up Starfire because she used a lot of energy. Nightwing goes there, and they look, and the episode ends with Raven having completely white hair. Her jewel is gone. Gar's like, I don't know what's going on. We gotta do something, and the episode fucking ends. So
What are you talking about? That's not where the episode ends, because then after she leaves the fight and she goes with all of her followers back to that temple thing and shoves the staff in the ground.
Oh yeah. So I'm gathering PB.
I'm looking at it right now to make sure I can tell that you're wrong.
So PB,
Good night, Christine. It's very late over there.
Good night, Christine, and hello, KH. I'm gathering that part of her plan was that they started chanting Trigon. So I was gathering part of the ritual was getting Raven's powers to be able
saying Azarath, Metreon, Zinthos.
Yeah, that's
okay. So is this next to the Lazarus pit? What is this pit next to this fucking temple thing?
That is the pit of blood.
Oh.
That is
the pit of blood.
Pit of blood. That sounds
like a good band. That's not where the episode ends either. The episode ends looking at Sebastian.
Oh yeah, and Sebastian.
He's gonna murder a bunch of people.
Yeah,
murder.
He's a psychopath. He's been turned into a psychopath.
So he was in a diner or something, and you kind of get his face. He can hear them chanting this. So now we're getting a clear picture. Sebastian is somehow connected. This was also the scene where Sebastian's mother's died, and the actor did a fantastic job. He does like this blood-curdling scream cry thing.
When blood comes out of his mug.
Yeah, it was
disgusting.
It was really fucking good. So, what'd you guys think?
Sounds metal.
PB, what's 8? Perp.
Maybe 8.5 because it was better than the first one. I'll go 8.5. They didn't kill off the villain like they did in the first one. Well, what I thought was going to be the villain, but no. We're just using him to set up a separate villain who, from that fucking fight that I apparently just watched for the second time, is pretty badass.
And Purple, you didn't see this one yet, did you?
I'm watching the last bit because I was like, I knew I fell asleep, but I was like, okay, I'm seeing her do the whole chant thing, and you got this crazy cult. They look like the Snyder cult. Honestly.
So we're saying the Snyderverse people are all a cult.
Yeah, we agreed on that a long time ago. We called it the Snyder cult.
I'm looking at Sebastian. He's looking at a cup. I wonder what that cup said. It'd be so dope if Mr. Nobody just popped up.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for him to pop up since his cameo on Poison Ivy.
Yep.
Harley Quinn.
Oh, Harley Quinn. My bad.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm waiting for Mr. Nobody to do an episode of Titans where he's like, the Titans thought they won, but they didn't know that the real mastermind was behind the scenes.
Or it's like, oh yeah. Or it'd be cool if at the end of these episodes he came out of nowhere. It's just like, yeah, I killed off Lex. I did that.
He's like, that was all me. I'm just using
Susan.
this. Hello, Susan. How are you? Hello. And hello, chat. We're not ignoring you, Carmen, okay? Look here. We're not ignoring you. I'm super excited about this episode. I just want you to know.
That's how you know your audience is women.
I want you to know I value everybody in this chat. Each
You don't value us.
every one of you.
You don't value the panelists.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck you guys.
Making us do shit for free. How dare you?
Yeah, hey, we're building towards something. I got my Patreon, my sponsor, my Cash App going. Pretty soon, Perp's gonna be like, "You want me to show up?"
20%. $20. That's all I ask. 20%. That's my tithes and offerings. 20%.
Wow.
20%.
You think you're twice as important as the Catholic Church? Hey, they only ask
Yes.
for 10.
Hey, you are cheaper than the Catholic Church. So.
Speaking of horror stuff, though, have y'all been watching Chucky?
I only seen episode 1 so far. I need to catch up.
Man.
Yeah, Perp, maybe we'd do a separate stream on that. But
that's funny.
Speaking of horror, let's go to our final topic.
I didn't hear you give it a fucking number. I didn't hear Perp give it a fucking number either.
I don't do numbers.
You just did a number for episode 1. You said a 7.
Perp,
all right.
For this episode, go.
You said it.
Roman numeral 8.
8. That's pretty respectable.
That's pretty good.
No, I changed it. I changed it to 7.
This motherfucker.
Husky.
I screwed up the last one. I should have done 6.9.
Okay.
He gave it a
so
6.9.
I got my camera time. So by popular demand, PB, for all of the ladies or the lady that is in your life.
I gave it
hey, isn't that I got
8.5.
That was the sexiest 8.5 I've ever seen.
That's cool.
I like your Lex cosplay.
I know,
I like your
right?
Lex
I didn't even know I
cosplay
was
there,
going to be
PB.
doing it. I didn't even know I was going to be doing it. Now I am.
God.
It's amazing. I was like, I could be Lex Luthor.
Thank you.
Who knew?
Oh, you're hungry too, I guess.
No, I just wanted to make sure my child
With
ate.
red hair. Well, technically, you be just
put the phone down and eat.
you be Jesse Eisenberg.
You already said that I dyed my beard.
I'm making something after.
Yeah, that would be great.
That's my
Thank you.
Peacemaker character. Dyebeard.
I swear to God.
Dyebeard Lex Luthor.
This happens.
There we go. It's a whole new character.
What?
I'm a clone. I'm the good clone.
Okay, Carmen, this is for you. My rating of this episode is going to be a solid 8.5 because I got to go a little bit higher because I'm a DC shill. So 8.5 out of 10. That fight scene brought it up a couple of points for me. I like that there's an opposing threat that feels like a threat to the Titans. She fucked everybody up, and Starfire was the MVP of this battle because they all would have been fucked because they lost one of their most powerful people. I think it was choreographed well, especially when you're talking about CGI in these shows. So 8.5 for this guy.
Donut.
And a donut. Shout out to the donut conglomerate and the bagel industry. We support you, just so you know. So let's get
It'll be a donut next time. Relax.
Let's get to the other reason why we started to stream, the thing me and Perp never get tired of talking about. Let's talk about my number one on my top 10 horror list.
Is this spoiler review or spoiler free?
Spoiler the fuck out of this. So Husky.
All right, then I can get to the end. Does the villain win?
Absolutely.
Oh, so a slasher movie worth watching then?
No, he didn't. He did not win.
Oh yeah, he didn't die.
What?
He didn't die. He got fucking birthed out as a head.
You think that's what that is?
Yeah. Did you not see the mid-credit scene?
He's not. You think the head is going to grow a body like Reverse Jeepers Creepers?
It's strongly implied, yeah. And the director said he's definitely going to be back. So I assume the head's going to find its way back to the body.
Make it sound like Deadpool.
I mean, I'm feeling, yeah, Husky gave
it wasn't
a good
straight up
analogy.
victory. No, it wasn't a straight up victory because he didn't get all the kills he was trying to get.
I know. There was the counter to his resurrection. Apparently, we have a protagonist who can also resurrect. So we're leading up to a pretty cool. Now, this is my other gripe now thinking
the only villain I know of that always wins is Death in Final Destination because he didn't get everybody in the first one, but he made up for it in the second one.
Oh, yeah. And then in that other Final Destination that turned out to be a prequel, I think it was like 5 or something, the best one.
Epic.
Oh, yeah. It circled back around. He got every motherfucker. And we're right back at the beginning, and we already know what happens.
There's no other villain or horror villain who does a better job than Death in Final Destination.
Oh, yeah, Death himself.
All of them miss
MVP.
out on 1 or 2 or fuck, sometimes even more. I mean, how long was Michael Myers chasing Laurie Strode just to get, like, chewed up in a car machine?
Yeah. Yes, Janie Davis.
Failure. Michael Myers is a goddamn failure.
That's disgusting.
What was disgusting?
That was so cool. So I'm guessing him birthing himself was disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about Terrifier. PD
Death is a villain. Have you ever seen Final Destination, Janie?
Yeah,
massive villain.
Yeah, he totally is a villain.
I've never watched Final Destination, but I know the plot of it. Somebody avoids death, and then death follows him and haunts him for the rest of his life.
Until that motherfucker is dead. Yeah. So
that's how it works.
I know
death comes for you.
I know my thoughts. PB, give us your thoughts about what you think about this movie. And
what movie?
Terrifier. We're on Terrifier 2. PB has a slightly different angle than we do, and I think it's healthy to have someone.
I was disappointed with it.
Like in the
Terrifier 2. Like I watched
you
the
saw
original.
The first one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched the first one to make sure I had the right, setup and everything. It's not like watching Halloween Kills and then Halloween, because that's how I watched those two. I was like, oh, that's how he ends up in the fire. Cool. Anyway, I watched the first one. Everything happens on screen in the first one. There's a bunch of off-screen kills in the second one, and then even the people that he is killing, is he like using some mystical force to keep him alive? Like he completely filleted that one chick, and then she's still alive on the bed.
She's awesome. Which that definitely beats the hacksaw scene by miles.
Wait, hold on. We have a
hacksaw scene?
full.
The first one? No, because what was supposed to be the ode to the first one is when he sliced that guy in half because he's an equal opportunity, or when he smashes or cuts his dick off.
Dude, everybody said he's more vicious towards women. Look, he is. No, that's bullshit. He cut the dude's dick off and then puts it on the fucking window for the chick.
I'd rather that than be like a complete fish fillet and throw bleach and salt and just like that shit was crazy.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like that was completely ridiculous.
Honest.
That pulled me
that's
out
the
of
point,
it. I was
though.
like,
but that's the point, though, PB.
No, the other stuff can be completely ridiculous, like using somebody's head as a serving dish. That was the best fucking scene in the entire movie.
Loved it. I agree with that.
I like there's a lot of improv in that movie too. Like you probably won't catch it at first, but like there's a lot of improv and stuff too with the mom and shit. The mom is dope because like if anybody knows any type of like East Coast mom or just female, like that's just she's just
eat a little bit more of the noodles.
This is supposed to take place on the East Coast.
No, not sure. It's probably like Midwest, probably.
I don't remember.
It looks like it would take place like right somewhere.
All the serial killer stuff takes place in the Midwest.
It's easy to get away with it.
Yeah, I just thought Terrifier 2 was brilliant, just for the budget that it was made on, and just crazy. Just the effects and everything was really dope.
No, you don't get extra credit for being a cheap movie. I don't give you nobody.
No, you do get extra credit.
Okay, so PB, you don't know the history behind this movie. This movie was not funded by a studio. It was.
I'm well aware. You think that I don't know these things?
To put it slightly, this is exactly what Daily Wire wants to do. You know what I'm saying? This is what they want to put out things independent, but they fail at it.
Go put it on the counter.
Okay, all I know is the first movie is better than the second movie.
You're the only one that's ever said that. But that's a fair opinion.
This one was far too bombastic for me to believe anything in it could have ever been real. In the first one, you're like, oh, this clown's going around murdering people like a motherfucker.
But have you ever seen Dream Warriors?
Like the third Freddy Krueger movie.
Yeah, that's what that was pretty much what it was inspired by. Like, because even the director came out and said,
in Dream Warriors, they're in a dream. The whole point is that it can be bombastic because you're in a dream.
But I'm saying like it's supernatural being, so you're going to get that like the over the top. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point.
He is supernatural. The people he's murdering aren't meant to be supernatural.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, art is supernatural as well. That's what I'm saying. Like you're going to get that.
I don't have a problem with art being supernatural. Like making the killer hard to kill because he has supernatural abilities, and him being extra strong because he has supernatural abilities. I can get on board with that. But the fact that you filleted somebody and literally shoved pounds of salt in her wounds, and then she's still alive just so you can have the second scene where the mom freaks out that she's still alive. You didn't need that. The mom was going to freak out.
That was great.
She could have been dead. No, it was not great. That was terrible. That was terrible.
Okay. So I want to explain.
I think you're trying to bring too much realism into Terrifier.
I only need a modicum of realism.
Wait. Hold on. I can settle this debate. Very few people have seen this movie, but the first time art was ever introduced was not Terrifier or Terrifier 2. If you watch the movie All Hallows Eve, there's a scene in there where he kills 2 kids. And when the mother comes in, the kids' heads are still moving. My gist from that is that it's implied in the movie All Hallows Eve that he is directly from hell. So my take from that scene was that he has that ability to keep people alive, almost like Freddy, because Freddy does the same thing.
Suffering?
Yeah.
Freddy's not in reality. He's in your dream.
But he can still keep people alive long enough in their mind, suffering, and on the outside they look fine, but in their mind they're being fucking tortured for years, months, however it fucking works in the dream world. So what I'm saying is, I think Art has that kind of power where he doesn't necessarily kill the people, or he doesn't have to kill them.
He is a terrifier. He literally tortures people like to the brink of death. Like
except he doesn't torture everybody, because at the beginning you're like, Carmen. Oh, he's a complete schizophrenic psychopath because he's hallucinating this random fucking female clown, and then they cut to the guy at the laundromat being murdered. You don't see.
But that's why I said. But that's why I like about
no
this.
Torture.
Like, they don't,
no torture.
They don't give you. They don't give you a lot, but they give you just a little bit of nuggets. And I'm pretty sure when we get Terrifier 3, they're going to answer the question.
When he's killing people, in the girl's dream, there's no torture. He just mows them down with the Tommy gun. There ain't no torture there. Everybody dies almost instantly.
I feel like that was a hint towards his origins. Like, I feel like it looks like he was invited to some kind of show, and I think that's kind of the genesis of the character. Like, they're showing, like, she somehow entered a part of his past.
I would say because I would say like Art gets a lot of his supernatural things from that little girl, the little pale girl. But we don't know. We only saw that little news clipping of that little girl. We don't know what happened to her at that carnival, whatever the fuck.
It's been implied, and the director has said in interviews that little girl is connected to Art, like it might have been his first kill. So I think that girl is the first person that he killed, and somehow his regeneration is tied into her, because if you look at every time he regenerates, she's always there, even at the end of the movie, right? His head gets cut off, and I'm gathering because the chick S.T.A.R has the same
What if
ability.
It's not his first kill? What if it's like his daughter or something?
It could be. We don't really know. I'm speculating that was his first kill. Could be his daughter. Could be a tragic death or something.
I think that Art could possibly, where it gets revealed. I don't know how they're going to play it in that, because the father obviously has a big role in this. You know what I'm saying? I don't think necessarily Art is Sienna's father, but it could be the case that where like he went crazy, or he kind of turned into Art or some shit like that. You know, so that's very possible. But
Brett says Freddy torments. He's not into suffrage. The fear is the point of breakdown is when he kills. So yeah, like I think the point of what Art does is not necessarily to instill fear in the person he's killing, but the people around him. So that whole scene when the mother comes in, that kill was to scare the shit out of her. Like, everything he does is like a grand spectacle. Just like
even look at the first movie where he had old girl tied up.
Yes, look at the first movie. The first movie is better.
No. But like a lot of people were saying, the first movie doesn't even have a story though. Like I would say it doesn't even have a real clear story, where this one does. But like I said, it's all.
What is the clear story?
That Sienna obviously has a connection to this character Art. You know what I'm saying? He's just not somebody just random.
The story is told between the girl Sienna and the brother, and somehow the father. So we know the father somehow is connected to Art. Still is not very clear, and that he was having visions and then wind up killing himself. He had this idea. There's a lot of symbolism, because even the costume that she fashioned.
It seems like you're right. If and when the Terrifier 3 comes out and they actually make any connections, then Terrifier 2 does have a story. But right now, it's just one giant mystery box. Did they take lessons from J.J. Abrams?
I mean, I would say I'm
fine with that, because he's even said like, I don't want to I just want to touch on certain things, or tease certain things for future movies. I don't want to kind of just give you everything, and because sometimes when you explain everybody's backstory. You know, like take Rob Zombie's Halloween. A lot of people don't like the fact that we know a lot about, you know, Michael's backstory and all that shit. Just try to make you sympathize with his character and stuff like that.
But everybody knew the background of Michael's character. You didn't need to show it again. Said in the first movie.
Let me put it to you this way, PB. If you get more answers to the mystery box, which is a very good, and it's a valid point because I felt the same way. If you get more answers in 3 that enhance what 2 set up, would that bring the score up for you? Because you could look back on it, rewatch it all as like one movie and be like, oh, I see exactly what this was leading to, what this was leading to. Does that change the experience? Because it feels like a trilogy, right? A good trilogy to me.
It does now.
The second movie doesn't answer everything, right? It gives you just enough, but you're waiting for that payoff on the final film. Now, if the final film doesn't pay off, then
that scene where Art's watching the television, that's actually like they
a direct connection to the first movie.
Yeah, that was at the beginning of the they redid that that's pretty much the beginning of the first movie.
So like, let me ask you something. If they do a good trilogy, unlike some trilogies we know, right, and they actually start answering these mysteries for you, then would that retroactively change your view on this movie? Like, would you be like, oh, okay, now I get the answers to why this happened this way in this movie?
You're right. Okay, you're right. It definitely could. And if it goes the other way, it's going to make the score even worse.
But that's the...
Because if they're going to make a trilogy and not like a series would be like Harry Potter movies is a whole series. It's not a trilogy. It's an extended story that's going to take several movies in order to tell. So if they can connect everything back together, yeah, you're right. That would upgrade the score because they'll be like, oh, now I see where you're going with that.
He was thinking about
connect anything and everything just like, oh, we're going to fucking Last Jedi everything. And after that, we're going to Rise of Skywalker everything. It ain't nothing fucking connected. Nothing means anything.
He did say that he possibly is thinking about doing a 4th film, but like right now he's just focused on the 3rd one. So, which I could see where they could possibly go with a 4th one.
If
they want to do a prequel, they wanted to do a prequel or something like that. Like
he said his exact words, and I have messaged the director. I would love to like interview him. I know he probably wouldn't tell me shit if I asked a direct question, but
here's what I would tell the director: if you do a 3rd movie and it does good and it makes sense, fucking leave it at that and be the one person that has a solid fucking trilogy.
But and that's a good point, Cyber. But he also said too he didn't want to do another 2-hour movie, right? And he said there is so much in this 3rd movie that he could break it up into a 4th movie. Now, let me ask you, PB, if he does do a 3rd movie, it's really good, answering a lot of questions, but there's still story left over. So say he caps it off. Let's say the 4th movie is the final one, and it all connects and it all makes sense. Would you still be like, yeah, that was worth it?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Is this amateur hour? How long you been doing this, guy?
It's still.
How about now?
Hey!
Yeah.
There we go. He's back.
Fucking unplugged the vape that was charging in there, and apparently it disconnected the microphone. I don't know. What was the question again now?
So say
Fucking
it's one of those situations
hour.
because he did say he didn't want the 3rd movie to be another 2-hour movie, so he might port some stuff over into a 4th movie. But he's saying
if they're gonna, then it's just gonna take longer to get my answers. That's all.
But so your whole thing is it's not necessarily a problem with the story. It's just you want to see where it goes, and that's why your score is the way it is, which makes sense. Like this, when you think about it in a trilogy, right? It's really hard in any trilogy, except for Star Wars, the OG, to say definitively, yeah, this is great, because it's unfinished. And I commend them because they don't try to do that. They're like, this is a continuation. We got another one
It is a
coming.
continuation, but what
Yeah.
what makes
you
you
watch
a
the,
great movie is that you can be watched alone and tell a complete story while being inside of the protracted story. That's what's great.
did you
Like,
watch,
you can watch any of the Star Wars ones and be like, yeah, that was great. And you don't need the other two, no matter which one you watch.
Did you watch the post credit scene?
When his head was born?
Yeah, like with Chris Jericho and all that.
Oh, Chris Jericho was great.
in there.
Chris Jericho was fucking great. That was awesome.
No, this is not about money. And Janie Davis, I was giving credit to the director. This is not about money. He went outside of the Hollywood complex, and I give him a lot of credit because he wanted to do a movie and tell the story how he wanted to tell it. If this was in Hollywood sphere, we would not get.
It wouldn't have hit theaters. It wouldn't have gotten theaters. Like they would have like, nah, you gotta take this out. You know, edit this. You know, so that's why I really appreciate
streaming service number 2.
Yeah, but that's why I really appreciate about this movie is just that it goes to show you that, you know, there's a demand for these smaller films, smaller budgeted films and stuff that, you know, that could just do well with the word of mouth, because it's just that's all this has been running off of is word of mouth. There's been no marketing like campaign and nothing like that.
PB, let me ask you something, because I know you gave some fair critique. That's a good point. You've made some very
42.
good points. Let me ask you, as far as it goes with him going outside, because you know the little backstory of the movie itself. Does it kind of give a little bit of extra points because he's making the movie he wants to make? He listened to the fans, and you know, this movie felt like, even though you could pick out things in the story, and I 100% agree with your points, I do give extra points because I feel the passion in this movie. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you could tell a corporate movie versus someone who clearly cares about the story they're telling. And I feel like he really does have this idea, and there's this sense of that he is enjoying the story he's telling us. And we might not have all the pieces. We might not know where it's going, but it feels like someone who's enjoying what they're doing.
No, I can be impressed by the effects, but you do not get extra points for spending less money.
That's not what I'm saying. I think you should get extra points for being passionate about what you're doing.
Well, how the fuck am I supposed to know how passionate he is?
You can feel it. You can't tell me, okay, PB,
you think that looking at the actors on screen, they convey the passion of the writers, directors, and producers?
Fuck yeah. Look at them.
That's completely ridiculous. They convey their passion, like how much they want to be that character. Because I don't remember the guy's name who plays the Terrifier.
David Howard Thornton.
Okay,
he's also going to be playing the Grinch that horror movie.
He looks like he's relatively young, so he could play Art the Clown for another 20 or 30 years.
Okay, let me put it to you this way: the director does show the passion through the actors. Look at a production, and this is a perfect example. Look at like She-Hulk and how lifeless and
I only saw the first half of She-Hulk, guys.
You don't even need to see the rest.
Funny. It's funny. I laugh at She-Hulk. She-Hulk makes me laugh.
No.
She-Hulk is like the new Batwoman.
Fucking bullshit. It sucks anyway. Yeah. You can tell that the writers
except I don't think She-Hulk is meant to be serious the way that Batwoman was meant to be serious. But it makes me laugh in the same way.
That doesn't give it a pass for being shitty. Anyways,
I didn't say it gave it a pass. I said it made me laugh.
Just watch the rest and you get where I'm coming from. But anyway, the difference is with that writing, I could tell somebody just trying to write something and their vague fucking understanding of what's going on, and then trying to inject their own fucking whatever weird fucking politics and shit, versus somebody who gives a shit about the story they're telling. You can feel it in the scenes that they're making. And the actors have that energy. How many times have you seen a movie where you get the best fucking actor in the world, right? Even Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, that's the best
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, you get any good actor, right? And you put them in a role and you think, my God, this movie is going to be spectacular because they got all these great actors.
And the actor just does a great job at that role, and the rest of the movie's kind of whatever, like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get the rest of the movie, and no matter how passionate the actor is about the role, the writing and the directing lets them down because the people behind the camera and the people who wrote the fucking script don't have any passion in it. They're just in it for the paycheck.
My thing is I think he did a really good job of just giving a classic slasher. Like, we haven't had one of these types of slashers since the 80s. Like I said, it's a very much like an 80s type of slasher. So.
Did you want to read this?
Brett says, Halloween Ends turns me off because of the Corey character. I hear that could be a standalone, but it removes the end from Wait, so you didn't see the movie, Brett? Is that what you get now? You didn't see the movie at all, and you're just going off what somebody else told you because Brett, I'm gonna have to spoil it for you if you want me to tell you that these people are fucking lying to you.
Oh yeah,
because it definitely ends. Both of them ends.
It ends. There's a fucking ending. Michael's fucking done.
One gets ended and one ends themselves. So
I think just going off topic with the Halloween Ends, I feel like people are outraged because they feel like this is going to be the last Halloween movie. Like,
it should be the fucking last Halloween.
Don't worry, we'll get another one in 10 years.
Yeah,
it makes way too much money. Like they're gonna pump out some more in the next 5 years.
Brett Smart, you said nope, no intention now. Zod told me so. Good man. I'm always right.
You what?
Anyways,
he misleads you.
Anyways, with Terrifier, I gave it such a high score because given all the shit we watch, I can respect someone even if I don't understand the vision, who has the passion and who is inspiring the people to act it out. And to me, it feels like a production where people had fucking fun, where the director was really loving what he was doing. And who knows, the ending could be shit. But I like that feeling that the writers care about what they're making and the people care because the writers care. PB, come on. You've got to feel it sometimes. You got to be watching the show and go.
I think PB would have had a different experience if he saw this in theaters, because that was definitely different. Because I was in I was in a packed crowd, so hearing other people's reaction to what was going on screen was really fun. Like everybody,
and I mean that plays a lot of part.
I had a couple of
yeah.
Some dude behind me was like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
like PB, like. Did you still get the sense though, like there's some kind of fucking love being made in this product? Like, I know, from coming from Solid, you can tell.
Well, okay, let's put it this way: with the acting and the directing, because you can see the stuff that's being directed, like this person go over here, this person go over there. There are no visible fuck ups, and you believe that everyone is who they are. Like the Terrifier, that guy does a great fucking job.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't have a single audible line,
but you know what he's saying.
Everything that he's fucking thinking.
Like when he's at the store and the dude like yells at him and he makes that face like yelling at me, bro. Like his.
You mean me?
Yeah, he's like, you gonna pay for that? If you
I'm
put that
gonna
in
call the police. Did you hear what I said? I was like, dude, you're gonna fucking die.
No, the one chick that got filleted though, like she deserved that because all the man wanted was some candy. All you had to do is give the man some candy. That's all he wanted, and he would left you
get what
A
I'm
alone.
little
saying, like,
too
just give the
old
man
to be
some candy.
trick or treating.
It's like,
What
come on,
care?
don't be that
I don't give a
person.
fuck how old you are if you went to that much effort to put on that type of costume. Like, yeah, kudos. Take 2 pieces.
Like, okay, let me.
Hold on. I think also Art's trash bag has to be supernatural because he has all that metal in it. He has some fucking like them trash bags probably can hold tons of shit. Like it's crazy. It's
Oh, the
whatever.
trash bag holds everything in his imagination.
It's one of those fucking, I don't know what the name of those bags are, because Deadpool has one too, where he just pulls whatever the fuck he wants out of those
Let's put
bags.
it this way: he's pulling
stuff
out. He's pulling stuff out, and then the guy finally gets sick of it. Like, what are you doing, guy? And he's like, "Oh, wait, here's the cash. Here's the cash. I found the man. Here's the cash."
I find that to be hilarious that he has like change on him, like he has somewhat of a normal life. Like even in the beginning where he like did his own laundry, he made a little bit messy, cleaned it up and shit. Like.
So we can all agree there's certain scenes and parts that we like of this.
I don't know, man. I didn't watch this shit. I'm just fucking doing a PV right now.
Okay, I'm talking about me, PV, and Perp. Can we agree that there is intrigue? Like, let me ask you something, PB. If you found out Terrifier 3 is coming out, which it is, are you still interested in seeing exactly where the story's going?
Better question: are you going to see Terrifier 3 in the theaters if it's played nearby?
I mean, probably. I would go see it in the theater.
So
horror movies are good to see in the theater.
So I mean,
we can agree on something.
The movie did what it was essentially meant to do, which is to intrigue us, entice us, and I think for me, the middle part of the movie.
What do you mean? It was there to satisfy my gore porn itch.
Which can we agree that that was definitely satisfying? Like there was some serious,
there was some gory shit.
There was
fapping is over 9,000.
Like, let me tell you something. I have watched tons of horror movies and never, and I can confidently say this, and I don't know, Perp, if you can correct me, because I know you've watched as much horror as me. Or PV, I know you watch a lot of horror, surprisingly. I have never in my life seen a fucking head used as a candy dispenser.
Dude, that was awesome.
That was the greatest fucking scene. Can we all agree that was a great fucking scene?
And when the one little kid was trying to take more than the one,
and he slapped him on the hand.
It's like, it's all sticky. It's like, it's probably corn syrup. Yeah, it's corn syrup.
It's fake blood.
Like, for me, this gives me a lot of hope because even if you're like PB, and PB is not the first one to say this, he has some very valid criticism.
I'm over here.
Yeah.
No, you got it. There you go.
Even if whether you're PB or you're me or Perp, we, there's a Husky hasn't seen it yet. I'm sorry, Husky.
Probably won't. Why can't break the illusion.
So anyways, whether you're any of us here on this panel, this movie feels like, can we all agree, it has a lot of potential. Can you agree?
It has a lot of moxie. Yeah.
It has moxie. You're intrigued at the very least. It's not.
I
appreciate the fact that they go balls to the wall.
Oh yeah, balls are out. Like, I respect someone who swings for the fences and tries something, as opposed to someone who does the same shit.
He's still a goddamn clown.
Mm-hmm. But what I like about it,
it just happens that you get murdered.
But what I like about it, especially as a horror fan, is just that like we get even though X came out earlier this year, that was a kind of like a different type of slasher. And Pearl definitely did something as well different with the slasher genre, but this is like taking it back to like just that old 80s, classic horror,
dirty, nasty.
Yeah, and it's like how and having Sienna, the chick that plays Sienna, like we have like a really dope final girl. Like, when's the last time
I
we
thought
had
she
like
was
an
really
actual final
good.
girl? Like,
What
yeah.
did you? Speaking of what, yeah, because I know me and you Perp talked at length about this movie. PB, what did you think of Sienna? I thought she was a great fucking character. That's how you do a strong, powerful female. She has an arc. I really fucking enjoyed her character. I especially like the visual of her with the Valkyrie wings and the fucking sword. She gets fucked up. It's not an easy win.
She goes through the ringer to make it out the other side this time.
God damn, Carrie, that's a hard question. But let me start with the first one. She says, "What about the kid reacted to art in the store holding the shop owner's head?" That was fucking hilarious.
Oh, it looks like they're closed. It's because he's a nice see, Art is a nice guy. When it comes to complete fucking psychopath murders, Art's a nice guy. He's like, you know what? This guy's not going to be able to finish his shift, so I'm not going to have anybody else come in here and waste their time where they can't buy nothing because there's nobody to sell to them. So I'll just flip the sign around and let it say closed. What a nice guy.
Very
How many other serial killers
and he's a cheater. He does not play by because like he uses guns and he uses acid. Like that shit is like,
he uses guns. Finally, the fucking slasher uses guns instead of a sword.
Yo, the way he blew the fuck the mom's face
head
off. That shit was fucking crazy. I was like, oh shit. And then they just had that touching moment and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have actual character development in this movie. Shit.
No, you do.
So
that's
what I mean, PB, where I say that in a lot of ways it is better than Terrifier 1, but in certain ways,
but it just alludes to stuff.
There's a lot of
do we know the connection between everybody and their particular serial killer? Like with Freddy, the only connection is you live on Elm Street.
Like, there's something with Nancy though. It's like he was like obsessed with Nancy. With Scream, everybody has an obsession with Sydney. With Laurie, it's just like kind of a personal thing with Michael. Well, I don't think Michael really gives a fuck about Laurie like that. But
he just wants
it almost seems like he's just like she's the
I
one
just want to go home. Because I think Mike just want to go home. Like that's you know what I'm saying. He just want to go home and shit. Like
that'd be funny if years later it come out and be like, the whole trilogy was about Michael just wants to go in his house, and every time he tries to go back in his house, some motherfuckers are sitting there.
But I will say something about Art though. Like he has something about for like brunettes in particular. Like something about brunettes. Like I don't know. And it's interesting what they're gonna do with Victoria's character and stuff because like you know it's kind of like they're taking like a page out of like Halloween Ends where you know you can kind of transfer the evil. You know what I'm saying? Or like parts of evil are just kind of like.
I thought they were going to transfer the eagle. I thought they were going to transfer the evil into the younger brother.
I thought that's where it was going too. I'll be honest.
I think that would have been a little bit too predictable. I think a lot of people. I think you would have saw that coming from the mom because when you remember when the mom was like came over to talk to Jonathan and he had the sword in his hand and shit. I was like, oh, he's gonna stab. Like so, that would have been the time. That would have been the time to stab the chick. Like,
Carrie. Okay, shout out to Carrie, which is Mr. Pop Culture PB Squeeze says, isn't Victoria the connection between the two Terrifier movies? Excellent point. Yes. And I like that little thread because Victoria is
the ripped off face lady.
Yeah, the no face lady. She is that kind of bridge where you have Sienna, who is the clear heroine, and then Victoria.
Heroine? Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Give me a rubber band.
Jesus Christ. And then you have Victoria, who technically survived, if you want to call it that, the first movie, and
she was getting her face eaten,
and she essentially becomes like the vessel or whatever the fuck to the Terrifier. So, it's I like the dynamic. Look, I rated this my #1 movie. I stand by that. this was my number
It's
one.
really not
horror
that
movie.
crazy because what other horror movies came out this year? Halloween was disappointing.
Barbarian.
I didn't see
Pearl.
Pearl. X.
Yeah, Smile.
Nope. There's been, dude, horror has been.
This was the year of horror. Easily.
It has been better than any normal movie. Better than Marvel movies. Anything else that's come out.
Man. I just went and saw.
Oh, it's better than DC movies, then?
No. Black Adam. Whoa. Hold on, Husky. Black Adam is gonna make $1 billion. You heard it here first.
More billion, yeah.
No, it's gonna make a real $1 billion.
How much is it at right now?
Nothing is better than
Morbius, right
though.
now. It's at 300 million, I think. But let me go
That's
double
not gonna
check
fucking
that.
make it to $1 billion.
Oh, PB, if you want a nice laugh, watch Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah,
it's
want a nice laugh.
So it's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That will because when I tell when people say like, oh, Halloween Ends is the worst movie of the year. No, you haven't seen Jeepers Creepers. Just watch it.
Me and Perp. I totally.
That's the first movie I walked out of. That's the first movie I've ever walked out of.
Me and Perp totally bond on this. This is a rare moment when I 100%. And I did the worst horror movies on my top 10 horror movies. Jeepers Creepers wins by a fucking landslide. So it is the worst fucking, forget horror movie. It is the worst fucking product I think I've ever seen in my life. PB
and that's super low budget, but like I would say Terrifier 2 or like quality low budget compared to that.
Like PB, they use a fucking green screen when the characters are walking. And I don't mean like they're driving and they're just. Am I lying, Perp? They're fucking.
Bro, I noticed the green screen right around. I was like, what the fuck is that? Are they on set or some shit? It was just like
they use a green screen for when the characters are walking from one point to another. This was so low budget. I said to myself, who the fuck is the company funding this? Like, where did the money go? Perp, what was
Hookers blow, man.
For it?
It's not making $1 billion. It's only at $258 million. It's not hitting $1 billion.
It's hitting $1 billion. It's gonna happen because I will see that.
Well, you gotta watch it 10 times.
I'm gonna watch it fucking as many times as it takes.
Well, I will say Black Adam is DC's Venom.
But 20 times better.
It's an ouch, but it has the same reception. The critics hate it, but all the fans fucking love it.
Facts.
That's why I say that.
Yeah. I could definitely get behind.
Moral of the story: you'll never please anybody.
What do you mean never please anybody? With what movie?
Just comic book movies, any movie in general.
Why not? What do you mean? Black Adam is like.
I'm saying like most.
Good.
Well, some people don't even like Black Adam like that, but it's just like it's interesting.
Okay, so I want to hold on. Stop the presses. Janie Davis said something that I totally agree with.
Zod, you know who's doing a horror franchise, right? The
Mike
guy
Flanagan.
From Netflix's The Haunting of Hill House.
Mike Flanagan, fucking low-key MVP. This guy has been. He just did.
Except for Blind Manor.
And Midnight Club, which is by far, I'd say, probably even better than the other shit he's done. I fucking
his best work though, like that he's done is Midnight Mass. That shit was fire.
Oh, see, I'm torn.
That shit was fire.
Don't get me wrong. Midnight Mass is like top tier, but I gotta tell you, how fucked up is it? Okay, for the Midnight Club, right? It is a hospice of kids who are going to die. Kids. I'm not talking about adults.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going. I know where you're going with that. I like the Midnight Club. I just think there's certain things that kind of like hurt that series, like the jump scares. Like They literally set the world record for the most jump scares, and that's all in like the first episode. And they continuously do the shit. And it's just like I like a lot of the characters and the ideas that they have. I just think a lot of that like cheap ass jump scare shit kind of like
I don't agree with that.
I gotta do a little basic
dude.
math
When
here.
what's
There's
her name
no
died,
fucking way. There's no fucking way. Black Adam's hitting $1 billion. The multiverse
I'm gonna
of
say
madness. The
Black
multiverse
Adam's
of
gonna hit $1
madness.
billion.
Stop.
And when you're wrong, I'm gonna be able to fucking say I told you so because I'm with my boy Dwayne.
Ooh, bet time. Bet time.
We're gonna fucking make it happen. Make DC great again. Go.
So if Black Adam doesn't hit $1 billion, you owe PB $25. If it does hit $1 billion,
if Black Adam doesn't hit $1 billion, then fuck Black Adam
money on it
because it's all Marvel's fault.
Okay, let's just do a little basic math. Multiverse of Madness didn't hit $1 billion, and it made domestically $187 million the opening weekend.
Well, shit, we're past that.
No, you're not. Domestically on opening weekend for Black Adam, it made $67 million.
Right now, it's at $258 million.
Yeah, that's it. How many weeks it been out, guys? It's been out 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's nothing.
Yeah,
and Black Panther comes out next week.
Dude,
Black Panther comes out next week.
Who gives a fuck about Black Panther?
I don't even know if it's gonna.
It'll still blow it out of the water in
$500
numbers
movie.
because people are going to buy that movie, and there's some people hyped for it. And it makes no sense.
I think they really kind of shot themselves in the foot with the release date of like putting it right there in October. They should have kind of stuck with that July date, but obviously they wanted to kind of get Superman in there. Maybe they should have taken that sacrifice.
No. This is what I'm predicting. I would fucking love it if people go see Wakanda Forever and realize it's a fucking piece of shit, and then the number for Black Adam jump up. That's what's gonna happen in my head.
This is
still gonna have played for a Black Panther ticket, even if they hate the movie.
Yeah, Black Panther's gonna be playing like right up until like probably Avatar 2, which leading right into
Avatar
Christmas.
2. Fuck James Cameron. That cocksucker can eat a bunch of dicks.
Okay, they're gonna be playing Black Panther on the west side of Chicago until next year.
You know what? I'd rather see Black Panther and Black Panther 1 on fucking replay than ever fucking give that cocksucker James Cameron any of my fucking money. That motherfucker.
Why though? He makes good movies though.
Fuck him. He's a fucking grimy, fucking
like
nasty cunt.
He's like fucking Zack Snyder. He makes shiny looking movies. He ain't make great movies.
Hold on.
So T2 wasn't a great movie.
Fucking story about this. Okay.
Everybody has one.
Me and my fucking brother, who are in the military, went to see that fucking piece of shit Avatar 1. And this cocksucker had the fucking balls to talk shit about the military. He made the fucking villain in the movie, the Marines, which my fucking brother was going into the Army, right? He was going in for tank repair, and I was in the Navy, which
also not the Marines.
They ride the boats of the Marines ride the boats of the Navy. But anyways, that's not the fucking point. Anyway,
your ass rides the naval equipment. That's what I'm saying.
Anyways, I talk to people who are in the Marines and shit like that. Do you know how insulting it is that this motherfucker made the fucking Marines bad guys? And they asked him.
What movie was this?
This was for Avatar.
Avatar.
They had an interview, and they said, James, what do you feel about the Marines and the Army and shit like that? He said they're mindless puppets of the government. Fuck you, James. You've never done nothing in your fucking life but make fucking goddamn movies. What the fuck have you contributed? There's people who have fucking died on the battlefield, and this cocksucker has...
He made the Titanic, bro.
Like, fuck him. I hope he goes down with
the best scene in the Titanic is when the guy bounces off the propeller. The rest of it's filler.
Yeah. It is fucking and the only reason why that fucking movie got any fucking kind of notoriety is because of the 3D. At the time,
I don't know. I can't see where I understand your concern, but like James Cameron has a pretty crazy track record when it comes to
look. I respect Terminator, Terminator 2, and Aliens,
and Titanic.
But
I could do without Titanic.
But look at Avatar. What do all the ships and shit look like? They look like the fucking designs from fucking Alien 2. Go back and watch Alien 2.
Dude, some of them look like the designs from the Pelicans and Halo.
Who's to say it's not all connected?
Exactly. They look exactly like the fucking shit. And the fucking
well, then
mineral
what difference does it make?
unobtainium.
Skynet's taken over.
The fucking mineral is called unobtainium. Really?
Oh shit! No, PB, you got me a good. That's a good theory. I'm fucking Avatar is connected to Terminator. That's why Earth is fucked up.
Fuck him. Fuck blue fucking people hair sex.
Goddamn, he just said fuck the people in Wakanda Forever and Avatar 2. Goddamn.
They can all fucking go in a circle and fucking jerk each other off. This is fucking Wakanda Forever, fucking Avatar 2. They can all suck a big fat dick. It's fucking ridiculous, and they're coasting off.
They're gonna suck a fat. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna suck a fat one. That Big Billy. They're gonna suck that Big Billy.
No.
Disney's gonna be eating.
I'll tell you right now, if Avatar 2 and fucking Wakanda Forever hit $1 billion, I will fucking leave this planet. I am done. My name is Zod. I will fucking fly in the fucking atmosphere, and I will be fucking done with this world because we are all fucking doomed. If people are so fucking stupid that they're going to sit here the way of the water.
Jurassic World Day. Jurassic World Dominion.
Hit a giant tree. So now we're gonna go in the fucking ocean. We're gonna be fucking talking fucking weird looking creatures because I'm James Cameron and you'll suck my dick and love everything that I do.
Are you talking about Namor? Weird creature.
Not more. Fuck him too. With Kevin Feige.
Not more.
You know what? You guys got me started. You know what? I'm going fucking full
No,
screen.
I need to say something before you fucking go on because you can't get it in. No, I need to get it in.
Get it in or what?
I need to get it in.
Wait, hold on.
They're going to make the money because they are banking on the rose-tinted glasses people are going to wear when they go in to see them. Fucking easy.
That was fucking good, Husky. He had to get it in. Anyways. Pause. So fucking Wakanda Forever. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna sit there and fucking suck Kevin's dick.
Hold on. Now, hold on. Would you keep the same energy, right? Is it if they make Nick Cage the villain for Avatar 3?
Well, come on, man. That ain't even fair. All right, Perp got me 10 out of 10.
They go to a planet with
Woman,
pigs.
I will be done when
they're a bunch of clones of Nick Cage. So
like, hey, here's the doomsday scenario. If James Cameron reveals that the villain the whole time has been Nick Cage and he's got clones, then I'm gonna have to change my whole position on the Avatar franchise.
That's a person. Speaking of Nick Cage, that's a person I would want to see on the Chucky show. That would be hilarious. Just his interaction with Chucky.
I'm not gonna lie. If James Cameron brings in Nick Cage and he's like, this Zod guy is blasting my, because James Cameron just seems to fucking know everything. But as
all directors know everything.
As angry as I am, if James Cameron made me a mansion with his voice, he'd win me over. Because if I woke up and James Cameron goes, "Hello, Zod, you're looking rather dapper today," I'd be like, "Thank you, James." And he'd win me over.
Was James Cameron's voice, not Nicolas Cage's voice?
I mean, have you ever seen what's that show on Hulu? Future Guy. I think it was called Future Guy. And they went Future Man, yeah. And they broke into James Cameron's mansion and he had a sentient AI who basically just talked about how great he was. Like, if I had that built for me, then maybe I'd change my position on James Cameron. But as it stands, hair sex is weird. Fuck Avatar.
Hair sex? What you talking about?
Come on,
Avatar's
the original Avatar, they had hair sex. Their fucking hair touched each other, and there was erotic shit going on.
They use the hair penises to interact with the dragons, and it seems like bestiality.
Yeah, it was fucking weird.
Those hairy intercourse.
It was fucking weird. Like, James Cameron, what the fuck?
Is it weirder than... Never mind.
No. You can't go there. You can't say weirder than never mind. Now you gotta go there.
I mean, what's weirder, hair sex or like incest that we see constantly through Game of Thrones? You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Normalizing that.
I don't condone the fucking incest.
There's only one
George does.
on the channel that says, this is hot.
Yo, PB, you really need to be Robert Storms next year for Halloween. just be
Robert do the Storms. Thumbnail that you had too in that one video. You gotta go.
Janie Davis says at Mr. Zod's Phantom Zone. Nick Cage. I'm not gonna be like that because I'm sure that's what he said. Could have been Andy Serkis, but he was born too pretty. That's a weird fucking.
Love that she spelled it circus. That's awesome because Art's a clown.
Yeah. Here's my thing. I don't give a fuck about Avatar. I don't give a fuck about Wakanda Forever. And I hope they fucking fail miserably. I really do. No, they're going to. They're going to. Because I'll
tell you why. Because this is what people don't like. People think Disney doesn't always make great decisions. Disney doesn't always make great decisions, but they know how to plan things out, or just like their placement of things. Because you got Wakanda Forever that's coming out right before Thanksgiving, so they're gonna rake in whatever money they're gonna make the first weekend and second weekend. They're gonna make more money. So they'll probably make $1 billion within that 3 weeks. And if you just go to AMC or just whatever your local theater is and see how many showtimes they have, and you look at Avatar, that's coming out very close to Christmas, and that's just gonna, that's just gonna do numbers.
I can't wait. I can't wait for Avatar 2 to be out for a whole year like the first one was.
Yeah.
It's how it made all that money.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
if Jurassic World Dominion,
the first Black Panther came out in February, and I swear to God, it was still in theaters in August.
Yeah, probably did re-releases, but if Jurassic World Dominion can make $1 billion, Black Panther is going to clear.
That was the biggest disappointment of the year. And you know something? I hope everybody.
I like how people thought that movie was going to be good, and I said it's going to be garbage because they've all been garbage.
Hey, I hope you people fucking love the way Marvel's going, because the new Black Panther is going to be Shuri. Aren't you guys excited about that?
Hey, I'm excited. I'm excited for Ant-Man. I'm excited for Ant-Man. Just give me Phase 5. I ended Phase 4 with Werewolf by Night, which is a high note. So I want to go into Phase 5 with.
I ended Phase 4 with Spider-Man.
You're an avatar of yourself. You care about the avatars. Or are you what?
Are you self?
It's just me because I've been drinking a little bit.
You don't remember Doom Patrol and the everlasting self-flagellation?
Oh.
The flagellation.
The only Avatar Zod likes is The Last Airbender.
Fuck you. That movie never happened.
No, I'm not talking about The Last Airbender. I'm talking about the series, you asshole.
Oh, Thank God. I thought you.
That's why I said Avatar. Only Avatar he cares about is The Last Airbender.
So here's my thing.
Avatar: The Last Airbender was trying to make a dad joke. You fucking.
He ruined it.
I think that M. Night Shyamalan is a great director. I love every one of his movies. Entertain me.
He's the better Taika Waititi.
The only one that was a big misfire is fucking Avatar. But I will tell you, I've maintained this position to this day, and I will die on this hill. The Happening is the greatest comedy ever fucking made. The Happening is a fucking masterpiece in comedy delivery. Okay, I'm gonna do a scene, and Janie says I do this voice.
I know you like this movie because The Happening is the one with Nick Cage in it.
No, it's Mark Wahlberg, but he's like,
Mark.
Wait. I swear to God, this is how he talks the whole movie. He's like, "Hey guys, you like science? What about the bees, guys? If all the bees disappear, then we're not gonna have any honey, and the man's gonna be hurt. And you know the plants out here.
Creepy ass voice.
Yeah, that's how he thought. Like, I would love to be fucking on that set when M. Night Shyamalan looks at fucking Mark Wahlberg, an action hero at this point, and says, "Okay, Mark, you're gonna be a science teacher." And Mark's like, yeah, guys, that sounds great. I would love to be a science teacher. And he's like, Mark, not only are you gonna be a science teacher, you're gonna talk really fucking low and super fucking fast. The movie's amazing. It is fucking.
Did you think you were just talking low?
The scene where the dude goes on
I'll be right back.
20 minutes about
making another video.
He's making another video.
I agree, bitchy.
The scene where the dude talks about hot dogs is one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in a movie. He's like, I like hot dogs. Do you like hot dogs? Hot dogs are the best. This movie is fucking great. It's one of the greatest fucking movies I've ever seen in my life. I watch it once a year. The Happening is such a great fucking attempt at an R-rated movie I've ever seen. That scene where people are just walking off the fucking roof of buildings. And
The Happening is that movie where like everyone fucking like kills themselves.
Yes, it's the movie where the person lays down in front of the lawnmower and then they cut away so you don't see any of the devastation.
Dude, great scene. Dude, the scene where the dude goes into the lion cage, gets his arm ripped off, and he's still just walking around. Come on, you can't tell me, PB, that isn't great comedy. Like, what? That was fucking hilarious. Nobody will live through that blood loss, and he's walking around with no fucking arm, just chilling. I fucking love The Happening. The Happening is the greatest comedy.
No, you can live with that
made.
much blood loss. I saw the Terrifier too. That corpse lost all of its blood, and it was like, no, I'm still alive.
Yeah, like
I talk like Joe Biden now.
Like, PB, come on. You didn't chuckle at least a little bit. Like, come on, The Happening was a great comedy. You watched fucking Batwoman as
I watched it in the theater. I watched Batwoman for free.
I saw The Happening in the theater too, and it was worth every fucking cent.
And it's so I was like, come on. And then they tell you literally halfway through the movie, well, the trees can do all this stuff and they can influence all of nature. And I was like, oh, so the trees are doing it. And then you get to the end of the movie and you're like, oh, the trees are doing it. So no twist then. What a twist.
It's the plants.
The fucking plants. Well, they blame the trees. They don't say plants. They say the trees. It's specifically the trees.
Don't piss off your fucking FIFA at home. Or ficus or whatever.
Yeah, I thought that, I was like, oh, we're going down quite a road here because, in the very first scene, she takes the fucking needle out of her hair and kind of looks at it and then just proceeds to shove it into her fucking neck. And I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? And they're like, it's the happening. I was like, down here.
Dude, I fucking love the movie. It's a fucking classic to me.
All of his other movies are better than that one. All of them. Every single
Even The Last
one.
Airbender?
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Did the last
every single fucking movie he's ever done is better than The Happening.
I disagree. I think it's a fucking classic.
The Happening is like TLJ levels of bad.
No, because at least I can watch The Happening and laugh at all the shit going on because it's so ridiculous.
Oh no, you gotta laugh at TLJ, but that was the problem. Is I went in expecting like a Star Wars movie, and they're like, nah, this is Space Wars.
But see, like, here's the thing that I appreciate. The Happening.
But then watching episode 9, I knew that I had to. I was like, "You're gonna have to go into it and laugh at the decisions that they make now, because big revelation. They fly now.
God damn that ad,
dude! Been flying since the beginning. They've been flying since the beginning.
Man, remember Jango Fett went on a jet? Remember Boba Fett both Boba Fett and Jango Fett had jetpacks and they use them. I know they're not fucking stormtroopers, but holy shit. I was like, you make it go like, no, they can fly.
Hey, at least with The Happening, it's an original IP. So all the stupid shit that happens in it, you have nothing to connect it to. And that's where I think it beats TLJ for being the best comedy, because there's no connection to anything else. It's its own thing. And it's so fucking ridiculous, and I fucking love it. Like, you knock on the door of a guy who has a shotgun pointing at it, and he fucking just blows that kid away. Dude, the movie's a great comedy. It's a classic. It's a classic comedy movie.
Maybe I'll have to do
almost as good and funny as the ending of The Mist when they kill themselves.
I love The Mist. The Mist is great.
Oh, The Mist is great.
Then everybody comes, and then the military comes and killing everything, and then he's like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't have
I've never watched that movie, but I read that, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. What a fuck you ending. That is
like I just think that look, in all seriousness, The Happening is a terrible movie. But if you look at it, in PV, you've said this several times, and I'm going to use your
put on my Batwoman glasses.
Yes, if you put on the Batwoman glasses and you look at this movie as a comedy, it is one of the greatest comedies ever fucking made, from like beginning to end. The choices in this movie are so fucking ridiculous. Like, you have John Leguizamo as a fucking math teacher, and he's saying math equations as they're all about to commit suicide. It's fucking hilarious. This movie is one of the greatest fucking comedies I have ever seen in my life. Like, fucking hilarious. Like, someone just laying down for a lawnmower that shouldn't be able to run because you have to push the handles down, but it just fucking runs them over. I mean, come on, that's
drive me crazy.
It's fucking great. The thing is, like, this is top tier fucking comedy gold to me. Like, nothing makes sense. It is. I
mean, I haven't seen hilarious. It since it originally came out, whenever that was.
PB, I need you to go in, rewatch this with your Batwoman goggles, and I think you'll appreciate this movie a lot more looking at it like this is just the greatest comedy ever made. Easily trumps any ridiculous thing that I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'll just sit back and going, M. Night Shyamalan must have smoked a shitload of weed before he made this movie.
That's where he got the idea of the plants doing it, man.
Dude, here's the greatest part. Watch the behind the scenes. He tells Mark Wahlberg, you know that scene when they go up to the door and the kids get blown away, right?
I just remember that I saw this movie once, like years ago. All I remember is a lawnmower scene, like BB said, on like the scene where they're in the Jeep and then it's like torn and tattered and then they crash it.
the scene where the kids go into the door and get blasted, right? He's telling Mark Wahlberg this scene, and Mark Wahlberg is sitting there, and he says to M. Night, he's like, "Why the fuck would my character do this? This is fucking stupid." And M. Night is laughing at this, but your actor is telling you this is a terrible idea, but he fucking shot it anyways. It's fucking great. This is the greatest fucking, like, this is, like, in his mind, I'm sure this was an epic, but what we got was so fucking terrible. It's brilliant. I fucking love the movie. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time.
Cool. Now, what was the movie like 15, 20 minutes ago you said I was supposed to watch? Some other horror movie.
Oh, there's Barbarian.
No, it wasn't that one.
I don't know, man. I've been drinking.
Fucking alcoholic.
Brett says, so it's the bloody thing just clipping Zod for future content. LOL at these boomers. Let me tell you, Brett, when I watched this movie, it's the first time I understood what PB was saying about some things you approach not as serious because they're shot so terrible. The directors in their mind think this is a great masterpiece, but in reality, it's fucking comical how bad it is. And PB, I understand. You spent your hard-earned money. I did too. I saw it in the theaters. But I was laughing so hard that my takeaway was different from yours because I was like, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever... What a fucking train wreck this movie is.
Wreck of trains.
I can't wait for his new movie he's got coming out with Dave Bautista in it, where he plays like a preacher, and Dave Bautista's in this like preacher getup, but the shirt looks 2 sizes too small, and his muscles are kind of bulging out.
What is this called?
Oh, hold on. I'll
That's
look it up.
That's a weird name for a movie. Hold on.
Hold on, Dave
Bautista.
Bautista movies. Let's see.
Priest, Father, Padre.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
The new
Dave
M. Night
Bautista
Shyamalan movie.
being an M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie.
Oh.
Because that's what they all are now. Ding Dong movies.
I haven't seen a good M. Night Shyamalan movie, so.
Well, you didn't like The Sixth Sense?
I haven't watched that one from start to finish, so that's probably his only good one then, isn't it?
It's the best one.
It's called Knock on the Cabin Door. Hold on. We're going to do a special screening.
Trailer.
All right. Hey, Zod, are we going to end this stream at all? Or, I don't know. Because people told me we started at 8 because you were tired or something. And now we're practically at the regular time.
Me.
Hey, fucking lie. He just wanted to go a long stream.
I wanted to do a longer stream. So here we go.
Trailer.
I got ads now because I took the stupid idea of not.
I don't care. Play the trailer.
Trailer.
Goddamn Spectrum. We don't care. We know. I got Spectrum. It's a good internet.
What are you talking about?
They're not sponsoring you. You don't need to shout them out. Unlike Movie Palette, who is sponsoring you. So they get a shout out.
Right now.
No, I don't want an interview.
What the fuck are you looking at, guy?
I'm sorry. I thought that was the actual trailer. My bad. It's called Knock on the Cabin Door. Hold on. I'm going to play the actual trailer eventually. Let's
get it loaded up before you share your screen, man. Like,
God damn it. I'm professional.
This is painful.
Oh.
Like, I thought we were just about to watch a trailer. I was all excited to see a Bautista bomb. Get it? That's one of his terrible movies.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, audio is just
It's
so
muted,
loud.
fucker.
I'm deaf. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting our asses
Are we
played.
gonna sing along?
No, it's okay. Maybe because they're singing, we won't get one.
No, that doesn't fucking count.
It's fine. Don't give a fuck.
I'm not monetized, so who cares? Now look at Dave. Look at this shirt. It's like 2 sizes too big.
Is this supposed
too
to be
small.
a horror movie?
It's a little, I guess. You'll see.
I don't know. Just watch. There's a knock on the door.
From M. Night Shyamalan, the genius of our time.
My name's Leonard. It's nice to meet you.
I would trust Leonard. I'd
Right
let him
here.
watch my kid.
Suppose I'm here to make friends with you. Your dad's too.
See? He's a nice
But my heart is broken
Why is it broken?
because of what I have to do today.
He's not real. He's a ghost or something. That's the twist.
There is a woman carrying something that looks like a pick with a chain and a mallet head.
Oh yeah.
See, the four of us have a very important job to do. In fact, it might be the most important job in the history of the world.
I'll give them night one thing. He can fucking sell the hell out of the trailer.
We're in the back again. You want to let him in. Son.
Huh?
We were
God.
called.
What?
We are united by a common vision,
Oh.
which has now become a command that we cannot ignore. The four of us are here
to kill this little
to prevent the apocalypse. Your family has been chosen to make a horrible decision. If you fail to choose,
Choose the Asian.
The world
There's
will
plenty of them.
Stop the Asian hate.
All
Bro,
right,
you know what would be
crazy.
so funny? You know what would be so funny about this is if like he tells him like, oh, you have to kill that little child to save the world. They're like, that's it?
I'd be like, yo, I'm sorry.
Anticlimactic, but it'd be fucking hilarious.
That just looks so wonderful.
Yeah,
That would-
I hope there's no
Dude, I
apocalypse thing,
can't.
just that they're fucking
I'm gonna tell
crazy.
you right now, I can't fucking wait because M. Night is like a mixed bag. Either this movie is gonna be
Sure.
really good or it's gonna
Mixed
be
bag.
really terrible. There's no in between with his directing. Either you're gonna like the movie like Split or The Sixth Sense or any of that, or you're going to hate it like The Happening. There's never an in between with any of his movies, and I can't fucking wait. I'm gonna be there opening day watching this movie. So fucking excited to see.
And then James Cameron's gonna pop up and ruin it for you.
Oh, that motherfucker, man! If James Cameron pops up,
Oh,
I'll be like, that's a
James.
fucking twist. He
James
directed the
Cameron
movie the
brought
whole
the
time.
bar back up, man. Don't you remember that South Park episode?
No.
I'm not gonna lie, that was really hilarious episode of South Park. I'm like, Fucker would probably go
Stupid.
bring the bar back.
I like how they never showed the bar either.
Because it was so low.
No.
Brick Hood says absolutely effing shocking is my best. Is my bet. Yeah. Like, dude, that is a great trailer. I'm not gonna lie. That's a really intriguing trailer.
Where?
Batista is wearing a shirt 2 sizes too small for him. There's Asians.
We're
I'm
here to
curious.
prevent the apocalypse.
Like,
Batista
dude.
bombed the little girl.
That'd be awesome.
PB, let me ask you something. If Batista does the Batista bomb once in this movie, is it a 10 out of 10 for you?
9.5. That's the starting value then. It can only go up.
9.5 if we see one Batista bomb. But anyways, I wanted to do a 3-hour stream, but I wanted to kind of make it at our normal starting time. We reached that goal.
No, you're just bullshit. This is all bullshit.
I'm a
I'll go for another
villain.
3 hours.
I'm a fucking villain. Like, what?
What he means to say is, I've been getting sneers from Bitchy for over an hour, so I need to end it before she murders me.
No, she's in the bathroom right now. Honey, how are you doing?
She's preparing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love you and I want to make sure you're okay. She says it's not working. I don't know what that means. She's in the bathroom and saying it's not working, guys. This is fucking scary. I don't know if I want to go off the air yet. There's some shit going on, literally.
Oh my god.
She goes, "What'd you say? That's the problem? There's not shit going on?" She said there's not shit going on. It's a big problem. So she
had too much cheese.
Did you have too much cheese, honey? She said she had Culver's and now she can't shit. It's getting real.
Culver's does two things: makes you shit or clogs you up.
Yeah, she said she's got the clog up. She said Mickey D's, it would have ran through her, but Culver's, there's a blockage, people. This is some serious shit, literally. And I don't know why you're laughing. Hey, get off your phone. What is going on right now? Kid, start going to sleep. Like,
see, now he's starting to sound like the mom off of Terrifier 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie here. This is why children get beat. Like, no, you turn your head around. I want to see some sleeping going on. There, kid. What is happening right now? The women in my life are gonna give me gray hair. Don't laugh. This isn't funny.
It's hilarious.
Hilarious. Laugh at your dad.
Jesus Christ! This is my life. People, this is what I go through. I got 2 women in the house right now. Both of them, one can't shit, and one sitting here supposed to be going to sleep, and she's right here in the background, fucking laughing.
Well, you're yelling.
Well,
hard
I'm
to go to
yelling at
sleep.
her. So clearly, my intimidating presence.
You got issues right now. You got some problems.
Except for when you're mad. Then
Like-
maybe, but
I'm not mad, but I will be mad if you don't get to sleep, little girl. Yeah, hide your face. I want to see some sleeping going on. Jesus Christ.
Smack him. Like,
God, you have a death
you
wish
need to double team and smack him. We'll all laugh.
Yes, I got a mutiny going on, Rose. I don't know what the fuck is happening right now.
Yeah, mutiny. Hell yeah,
Mutiny.
baby. Needed one.
Mutiny at the end of the stream. Jesus Christ.
Full mutiny. Yeah.
Yes,
Everything's been solved. Yeah. I just clicked the button. Come on. There we go.
You son of a bitch.
No, we got to put Perp next to you, PB. That's how this works. Remember?
What do you mean?
This is what happens when I give my co-host too much power.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
See, this is the great thing about 3-hour streams. See, I see the analytics, and some people drop out except for the hardcore fans, all 8 people watching. And you guys get all the great nuggets at the end of the stream where I'm completely fucking wasted. Perp is here. Fucking PB is here. And we're just doing crazy shit. And I just want to say, sincerely, this is not a drunk thing. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, shut up, PB, because I see you looking like he's totally drunk. No, this is sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I fucking love the audience here. I appreciate all of you. PB is scaring me. What the fuck is happening right now? What the fuck is happening right now? Yes, Carrie. Yes, Carrie. Yes, Carrie. I know you are here for the love of your life, okay? But we're not focused on the luscious beard that PB has right now, okay? We're focused on. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of beard, okay? I'm a little jealous. Whatever. I can't grow fucking epic Viking beard like that. All right, but
take Mr. Ping challenge.
Frank Cohen says, "Lick, dip, and dives." I help the plug come out. Jesus Christ! Sincerely, we love you too.
Did you just say
Thank
lick dick?
And of course, Gary says, "Admire the beard, all." Thank you, Janie Davis. I love you guys too. Thank you so much.
I wish I could say the same to you, Zod, but I don't float that way. You know.
Hey,
so.
Perp, I'm just happy, and I hope for the Perp Awards that I'm nominated for the worst channel for 3 straight years in a row. Come on, I know you can't give hints.
Perp Awards.
No,
but
especially,
am I in the
speaking
running?
of which, I just dropped the nominees for best anime / animation.
Okay.
Oh,
that is great. But let me ask you: am I in your top? Am I on your top list for the worst channels? I know Ryan Kanell is stiff competition, but
nah. Like Ryan's gonna win every year. He's got everybody beat.
God damn it! Come on, I'm really trying here, Perp.
The rage.
Zod likes having that title. He doesn't want to get rid of it.
This would be the perfect. So now you can
2 years running. I could say racist shit too.
Perp, I have a question for you, Perp. You left like 3 times during the stream, so when are those videos going to be out?
They're out now. They've been out.
I told you. You knew, PB. I said this motherfucker's dropping out because he's dropping videos right now as we're doing this fucking stream. That leads us to our plugs. Let's go to Perp. Perp is the man who I swear to God never sleeps. He's got great content. In all seriousness, he watches every fucking thing. I actually beat him for once watching episode 2 of the Titans, but he beat me in every fucking movie ever.
That was no race.
Perp,
I completely forgot about that.
I only see one video out recently.
Oh, he's got that second one. He's just waiting. He's holding that second video in his pocket.
I just uploaded one. If you check my Twitter shit too, it's uploaded.
Check my Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Yes. But what were you gonna say? What were you saying, Todd? You said something about plugging? All right.
Yeah, what videos you got coming? The 2 new ones you just dropped literally on the stream.
Yeah, it was one of them was showing you I got 2 of these videos out. One is the nominees for best hero and villain. Definitely go check that out. And then
I won best villain.
No, you didn't.
And then best anime / animation just dropped. That's going to be a grudge match like no other. That's going to be really hard for me to decide. And it's gonna be fun.
Perp and PB, I want your input on this. I look more forward to the Perp Awards than the Emmys, the fucking Oscars, any of those.
It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fuego this year.
I was telling Perp, don't you agree? He needs a committee now. He's getting to that point where the Perp Awards is blowing up. He needs a committee. Now, I'm not saying you got to put Zod on that committee, but...
No, Zod's not going on the committee. I'll be on the committee that decides the committee for Perp and say that you're not on the committee.
I'm just saying. You need
no, I'm definitely not putting Zod on the committee because he's like, oh, why don't you put in like Nick Cage or something, you know? I see what he's doing. Not working.
And if you like a James Cameron movie, he'll be like, no, you got to take that out.
Perp, you're missing a perfect opportunity to diversify. You could be bigger than the fucking Oscars.
I'm walking diversity. That's all the diverse I need. You know, that's all you need.
Full diverse.
PB. I think if Perp had me, you, and Husky on a committee.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a
take it to the next level.
Maybe we'll do a weekly rec on Sunday.
Speaking
like
of
Michael K, I'll probably put Michael K on the committee. You
Well,
you know what?
Oh,
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Rainbow.
He can be in charge of the category most
magical.
You know Disney's winning that every fucking year.
My favorite thing about Zod, he trashed on all these things that are decided by a committee and then suggested to Perp we should have a committee.
I was watching Blockbuster, but I was just like, I might finish it. It's just I don't like the main lead. I feel like with that show they should have went like with the Clerks type. Like Kevin Smith should have just wrote that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Husky, what do you got coming up?
I got whatever the fuck. Maybe I'm streaming something. Maybe I'll be bored and do another short like that McRib short I made.
Dude, you inspired me, you and Justin, because Justin showed me a different video that I don't think he put on his channel yet. But that's not the point. The point is I had a McRib today, and it was messy.
It's very inspirational. Very. I mean, I meant to stream this week, but I only got around to streaming on Profits last night. At the end, I was like tired. I'm like, I can't think of strategy. My mind was blank, and I ended up closing it off.
Hey, I've done more videos on the Profits than all you motherfuckers. Get on my level.
Busy man.
Yeah. I put out like
you just played a video game. You played a video game.
I played Marvel Snap, the video game, and
he grinded on that bitch, and I was
You
like
know,
out of the house. I got no family. Like, what's this notification for? I'm like, on the middle of the day. And the one that threw me off the most is when he did it on Sunday. I'm like, no one's watching this.
There's a one gaming podcast I watch with somebody, like, because he usually brings up like viewers and stuff like that. Somebody brought up Marvel Snap. It's like, oh, fuck, that's odd game.
Yo, Marvel Snap is gaining traction. I'm on the ground. I was in the fucking beta.
TikTok.
I was in the beta in
TikTok.
May, and I've got every card. If you want the most comprehensive, in-depth guide, go check out my Twitch. Go check out the fucking Profits of Geek Culture. I'm also putting clips, my highlights and my wins over at the Profits of Geek Culture. I'm doing it. I fuck these other people. I got the best guide. Fucking TikTok. They got nothing on me.
I tell you.
I don't know what the
videos
Chinese
blow up on there.
government know about you, Zod. I don't know either because you're military. They probably found something on your file. Fucking this guy, fucking like his out will go on there and like kick him off. Who the fuck is that asshole?
What do you do for 60 seconds, Perp?
You know what?
What do you do for 60 seconds?
What do you mean?
You said you had a TikTok, don't you?
Yeah, but you're able to upload things up to 10 minutes.
Oh, well then that's not long enough for me.
That's why you put in parts. People like parts.
Oh my god, people like parts. It'll be like just hard cut right here mid-sentence.
I hate when people do the parts thing because then they like upload it and then you're like, okay, where's the next part? Then you forget about them forever.
My Barney clip got over 100K views and shit. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, but they're Chinese. But they're Chinese slavers, so
nobody cares about slaves.
Oh my god, that's
I mean, we buy all this shit, so people. How much do people really care? Like, you know.
Also, just to let you know, I dropped some links in the chat. If you want to support the channel, I've got my Patreon up there. We've got a $5, $10, and $20 tier. The $5 tier is you get a shout out here in.
So if I go to Cash App, I can request money from you.
No, you fucking give me money. You cheap fuck.
There's $100 tier that's a meet and greet.
No, for the $5 tier, you get a shout out here in the fam zone. Every video I do, I will give props to my Patreons. For the $10 tier, you get a look at our script for the upcoming late night talks, which means I will tell you what my plans are even before people on this panel. So you're gonna know shit before I even tell PB. He gets surprised. That's
I know what you're about to do a month before you're about to do it, Zod. I know you very well.
Oh, Zod, did you? Oh no, never mind. Yeah, no, the VODs is still available, Janie.
And hold on, I didn't forget my sponsor. And for the $20 tier, if you do the $20 tier, you get a half hour on late night talks. You get to pick the topic that we talk about.
Motherfucker, we gotta have assholes on this.
No. You get to pick the topic that we talk about. You get to be on the show for a half hour, and we shout out your name in the Patreon, and you're also going to get exclusive videos for that tier. So if anybody is interested, go support the channel over on Patreon, Cash App. You can also support the channel. I got to do the YouTube things because we really want to bring you guys the best possible content that we can. But I also, this is exclusive for all 9 people watching.
That means being awake. And in order to be awake, we got to work less at other jobs and work more at here. So
also
go to moviepalette.com.
Also go to moviepalette.com. That is another way you can support the channel because all of the profits are going to go
because
directly
if you
into
find
the
some
channel.
palette that you love at moviepalette.com or have a favorite movie that you'd like to look up, there's a search bar.
They got Forrest Gump.
A beautiful piece of artwork. And on top of their Halloween sale at 50%, you can get an extra 15% off by putting in code ZONE15 to support the Fandom Zone.
And they got James Cameron movie palettes as well. So
but
motherfucker, they really do. They got everything.
Do they got video game palettes? I'd like to have video game palette. Come on.
No, how could you do a video game?
It's movie.
Plays a game different. They do have a couple TV
Brett
shows.
Cohen says, "Oh, so VB would be put out. That might be worth an app. I don't need."
Put out where? What?
Yeah, I guess that would put you out somehow. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, go if you like the content and you want to support the channel. YouTube is being a bitch about monetizing me. I've got to do other things to get around that.
Why?
So, yeah, the Father of the Year stole my monetization code, so it's gonna be a while before I can prove this. But I did go into YouTube and notice some pretty fucked up shit about it. Anyways, my point being is that right now the only way we can continue to do some of this stuff is to try to
merchandising.
Hey, Rose, I completely understand. I appreciate everyone, and you don't have to, but it does help the channel. And we're looking to grow the community. We've got some big plans. Me and Pee-wee discussed it. I don't want to give anything away, but I really want to take this to the next level and really build something, a good community here. And we got very good people. So
it's a safe space.
And Carmen. We got good people and Carmen.
I don't know what your beef is. Yeah, I mean, we got.
I don't know what the beef is. My beef is taco.
So I really want to build this up and expand out and continue
into a 4-hour stream because you did 20 minutes of promo. Don't do
that. Bray Cohen made a great point. He said, "Oh, didn't know. Yeah, they screw all creative around it. They don't want to pay out." I 100%.
Well, they're
agree.
paying. They're just paying the wrong person.
They're paying the wrong. Let me put it that way. But anyways, yeah, I want to.
I do know.
I want to expand this community and really build something nice. I think we got a great community here, a lot of good people. I love everybody who comes in and sticks with us and watches. We had 10 people watching and a little bit more, a little bit less people coming in and out. I think we went past 10. We were almost, 15, 20 people?
Sure. Why not? Let's just make ourselves feel good.
Yeah. I mean,
30.
We were right on the cusp of triple digits. Just on the cusp.
Yep. So
Almost there.
Almost there. Almost triple digits.
Tell your friends. We know that you shouted out the window, lemon pie. It's okay.
But I love all of you guys. Thank you very much for watching.
You're welcome. I watched the entire stream.
Speaking of which, the co-host, the commander, the person who has access to all of my stuff, PB, do you have anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah, I said we might be doing a weekly rec on Sunday. People like the weekly rec. They get all their headlines from their favorite Marvel, Star Wars, and their third favorite DC.
Janie Davis says, at Mrs. Odd Phantom Zone, I've been thinking about joining Patreon for a while. Thanks for understanding that most of us are just managing to, I understand it's tough out there. So, every little bit helps, and no matter what you could do to help the channel, we want to try to build a really fun community and make something that's going to last. And then hopefully we can just sit here and concentrate on videos. I told PB that he was ecstatic. He can't wait to just sit back and make nothing but videos. I
can see it on his face right now. He's so excited.
Look at how excited he is.
So excited.
Look at this face. Oh, look at that. He is so excited about the prospect.
Doing his best art impression.
That's passion right there. So thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you share this with everyone else.
And your enemies, never forget the enemies. We love your enemies.
They'll love it. Share this with the enemies. Thank you, Perp. Thank you, Husky. I'm not gonna fucking thank you, PV. You're like part of this.
You're welcome. Thank me.
So everybody have a good night. Remember, the only rule here in the Phantom Zone
is to thank me.
Thank James Cameron.
Oh.